Welcome to this episode of the Junk Monkeys podcast. My name is Daniel. I'm here with my good friends Michael Gertzen.
That's me.
Randy McLeod.
Hey, everyone.
And Bradley Gertzen.
Yellow.
This episode, we're going to be talking about music, what we like, what we're listening to, and everything in between. So stick around and listen to this episode of the Junk Monkeys podcast. So I figured it'd be a good place to start, since we're talking about music, with a brief sort of discussion about our general experiences with music and maybe what we're listening to right now.
Sure.
So does anybody want to start first, or should I go first?
You know what? Host goes first.
I would love to go first.
May the guest go first.
May the best.
I thought we had a conversation in the
best
chat
guest.
about I wasn't a guest,
We did.
You're not a guest.
but then I said no.
We'll talk about this later.
Get fucked. Okay. So recently, I've always been a fan of things like classic rock and then some like pop. But Randy gave me a sick nod when I said classic rock.
Yeah, man.
I know.
Honestly, like it never goes out of style. Like it can come on at any time.
And
Like,
you're just ready. It doesn't
and
matter.
you're just like, wow.
It fits every mood.
Yeah.
Unless,
Like, oh man, obviously
it'd be pretty funny to play classic rock at a funeral.
This is gonna be. This is gonna be a
Been
rough.
done before.
Oh, I probably.
This is gonna be a rough episode because like I'm gonna be like, oh man, it's like that song that's, you know.
But recently, and not even really that recently, but I've been super into a lot of darker forms of electronic recently.
Ooh.
Dark synthwave and dark wave, and it's a super uncommon genre, more like underground.
Mm-hmm.
But I've been listening to a lot of that recently. There's an artist called Hades, Hvdes, that I've been really, really digging recently. I don't know. Does anyone else here listen to like electronic stuff at all?
Not particularly.
What would be the difference between like regular and dark?
Well, that depends.
What
It's
is
a electronic is a huge genre, right?
Yeah.
Because on the more like lighter side of things, you've got like your house, and then there's subgenres to that, right? Like progressive house and stuff like
I've
that.
like
seen a
hard style
fantastic-
and shit like that?
I've seen a fantastic TikTok that was just like, oh man, this is really like house music. He's like, actually, this is more R&B or whatever, you know.
This is trance.
Yeah. They just go for like half an hour.
We could spend a whole hour talking about genres, but
Yeah.
the whole like people who care about genres, it's a fucking pissing match.
Yeah, right.
No one cares.
No.
And those who do are idiots. So don't at me or the Junk Monkeys podcast.
Please,
It's a
we're
song-
not
song's a
associated. Dan's views are completely his own.
They do not reflect the Junk Monkeys.
Daniel said that.
Yeah, I did.
Where was that from?
That was from a fight. Joe Rogan
Oh,
said like
right,
some
yeah.
terrible
Joe
thing
Rogan
on
said
a
something
fight.
really racist in the middle of a fight, and he's like, Joe Rogan said that.
Like, announcers.
I also really like just classic acoustic music.
Yeah, man.
indie,
Nut.
like Tommy Emmanuel, if any of you know who that is.
Nope.
He's an Australian. No one does. Not surprising. He's a Australian guitarist, and he just plays fingerstyle guitar
Oh, like just
by himself.
Flat out.
No
Okay.
singing,
Okay.
no band, nothing.
cool.
Just
No, that
fingerstyle.
stuff- that
But
stuff
he's a
is
god
crazy.
at it. He makes the guitar and what he's playing sound like a band, slapping to make the drums and like doing rhythm and melody at the same time.
That's really
That's
cool.
It's
actually
super. You should all
mental.
check him out. He's great.
It's
Yeah,
actually
sure.
mental what people can do with fingerstyle.
Oh,
it's
it's
scary.
As someone who's like trying to learn fingerstyle guitar, I can't even imagine like the amount of dedication it's going to take to get to that level.
Yeah,
Or
for
if I'm
sure.
even ever going to.
Like I just learned a few songs with like slaps on the chords and stuff like that. Like I was listening to like Location by Khalid or whatever, and when you play it, you like smack the chord like in between your chord play.
You hit a note at the same time.
Yeah,
right?
well, the one I'm knowing is no note at the same time
Oh,
as
okay.
a slap, but like getting into that would even be hard. And
Yeah.
learning the slap to keep that in rhythm was all like super tricky.
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine doing it with like your elbow smack in the back of the guitar
Yeah.
and stuff like that. It's
I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah.
No,
So sorry, finger guitar?
Fingerstyle
Finger style.
is what it's called.
What? Sorry, I'm
You
gonna
don't
have so
you-
many questions.
You
this
don't play.
podcast.
You don't play with a pick.
Oh, okay.
You play.
Yeah.
You play with it's finger style.
Oh, yeah. Okay, that makes more sense.
So with your right hand, you're doing.
Right.
So you can pick like several chords super accurately, like at different timings.
But
Like,
with
Or-
pick, you only have the one.
one pick.
Well, you can do individual notes with the pick.
Yeah.
But like you get a lot more accuracy
Mm-hmm.
without the pick because you have basically 5 picks.
Have you ever
Ah.
heard like Cherry Wine by Hoser?
Yeah.
That's
Hosier.
finger style.
Okay.
Same thing
Oh,
with
it's
Let Her
Hosier.
Go by Passenger.
it's
Like that
Hosier.
intro is, I always pronounce his name wrong. It's
Doesn't
finger
matter.
style.
Yep.
Okay.
So it's pretty
Let
cool
It
like
Go. Like anytime you hear like one string being plucked, usually it's fingerstyle of some sort.
that. Yeah, usually.
And it can be like multiple, like 2 at a time or 3 at a time.
Oh, you know what? I do know this because I tried to learn the beginning of Let It Go, and
And then you quickly realized.
It's ridiculous because you have to pull your thumb all the way around to get the sixth.
Yeah.
Or let her
Yeah,
go.
it's fun.
That's how I play.
Yeah.
I like have basically been exclusively focusing on learning fingerstyle.
That's when I first started out playing guitar. That's what I learned
Yeah.
the whole time. Was just fingerstyle. I think the first song I learned was Blackbird by the
Blackbird is
Beatles.
so fun.
So much fun to
Yeah.
play.
We gotta get together.
We should have just brought guitars.
I was literally thinking that. Like, I'll do the
That'd be
intro into the podcast.
that'd been really cool.
What about who else? Brad, you want to go talk about what
Oh
your
yeah.
experiences with music and who you're listening to? And
I guess my experience with music is mostly just like choir in high school
Nice.
for like a year and a half, which was just gas because it was all just like good people there. And then like obviously now I'm playing guitar and I just got a piano, which is sick. And I don't know, I just want to learn a lot of different instruments and stuff like that. And I'm kind of just like entering into the space and kind of seeing what I want to do. But obviously I'm in college, so it's hard to focus on learning guitar when I got hours of homework to do.
Totally.
But we'll work on it. And like right now, I've just been super into the Backseat Lovers. Like it's like an indie rock band. So good, Randy. So good.
Okay.
I don't even know how to explain them. They're just a different breed. Really.
they're built different.
They're just built different. They're so good.
What was it? Backseat Lovers?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think you'd really like them.
Honestly,
Randy.
I'm gonna listen back to this podcast, and every time like one of
A
us
music
mentions-
recommendation.
Yeah, honestly, I'll just add it to my thing because like I'm always like, I need more. You know.
June or Kilby Girl is really good. by them.
June is by Brist Maroney.
Right. Sorry.
We'll get to him.
Eric Baroni, creator of Stardew Valley.
Maybe it's his brother.
Concerned. Is that Concerned Ape?
Concerned Ape. Yep.
Wow, my boy. Really talented family.
What about you, Ran?
Music's kind of been like a part of my life unknowingly for like all of my life, you know, like especially like school. I loved, you know, like I loved choir, band. I loved,
Randy, you were in choir?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, it was either choir or art, and I did not mess with art.
With Mr. Lamont specifically, or
No, I was in Rivers.
oh right.
But like, yeah, I didn't mess with art. So choir was great. I loved singing as a kid, and then I got to high school, and it was quickly dawned on me that singing is not cool. So like,
What does that mean?
well, I mean, like I remember it was grade 7, like first day of going to the new school, and like back in from kindergarten to grade 6, I'd belt out the Canadian anthem every morning. Right? I was one of those kids, right?
Randango.
Used to love singing it.
Yeah.
First day of school or high school, guess what? Nobody else was singing. I was just like, and that silenced me.
Did you try?
Huh? Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I was singing, and then all of a
I
sudden
was
I
next to you. I
noticed-
didn't notice.
No, sorry,
Oh.
grade 7 at Rivers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
don't worry. No, I didn't do that, Elton. That was kind of like
You'd learn at
not
that point.
beaten out of me, but like that was kind of just like embarrassing.
They
Yeah.
beat the shit out of you. Stop it! What do you mean singing's not cool? Singing is super cool.
Oh, it is, and like, but like at the time, I was like, oh, I'm nope, shouldn't do this.
okay.
Yeah.
You can't move during the anthem, so in between every word, you're beating the shit out of Randy.
Smacking the shit.
That's so fucking funny.
But yeah, like
Not allowed to be patriotic? God damn it.
only had hockey games and but yeah, and then high school I loved band. A lot of fun, you know, loved playing the flute, playing the alto saxophone.
Hell yeah.
It was good.
Band when you came to Elton.
It was great. Oh my
It
god, I
was
love
so-
band in Elton.
So great. Mr.
Oh.
Hodge. Oh, we gotta talk about Mr.
Mr.
Hodge.
We'll
Mr.
talk
Hodge was a
about Mr.
vibe,
Hodge.
bro.
Otherwise, yeah, and then since then, you know, like it's music's always there. It's always just there, like always there for you anytime you need. Like, oh man, I'm in this mood. I need this type of music. It's always there, and it's kind of like just secretly something that's part of your life, or not even secretly, but like it's kind of just like in the background. We take it for granted, but like it's always there, and it's always like I don't even know what I'm talking about.
Life without music would be terrible.
So
It
boring.
would suck.
I've heard music described as being an equalizer amongst any human being. Because
Yes.
it doesn't matter how different your music is to another culture or something like that. Every culture has music in some facet.
I was gonna bring that up. It's such a like, you know how like if you go to something and you don't know how to talk to people, you just talk about food because that's such a universal
Yeah,
thing.
something like that.
Same with music.
Yep.
Like you can talk about to anybody about music, and even though it can be like a situation where tonight Brad says a band, I'm like, sure, that's a band. You know, like I still understand. Like, oh man, music's rad. We all understand that.
Yeah. It's so wild. It's honestly so wild to me how like deep in human culture that music really is.
Mm-hmm.
Like before even civilizations were a thing, people were making music just around.
Banging on rocks,
Yeah.
Shit like that. Like, it's
hitting
crazy.
the wall.
Just built into us.
It's like, oh, that sounds good.
Whoa!
Pretty cool.
What about you, Mike? What have you been up to musically recently?
Music?
Yeah, what we're talking about.
Well, I wasn't thinking about
You didn't
music.
warn me that this was about
This is a
music.
music podcast. Oh, man. I don't know. I'm what you would call a heavy consumer of music. I don't really make it or produce it or
That's fine,
anything
though.
like that. But I listen to music probably 2 to 4 hours a day. Probably something like that.
4 to 6 and
8
60%,
every minute of
70%?
my waking existence.
always music.
Yeah.
So what are you listening to recently?
Indie rock.
Yes.
And I've been always listened to rap of some sort or facet.
Just a little.
Do you do like
tickle in
classic
there
rap
occasionally.
or like modern rap? Or both?
Moderate. It depends. It bounces around.
I don't like
Right now.
modern rap.
I think we're gonna get into it later in the podcast, but yeah, I've been on a certain artist kick right now,
Right, right.
and he is amazing,
He's fucking
Indie.
unbelievable.
Exactly what you're talking
Indie, yeah, same thing as Brad. We found it at the same time, so it's like Backseat Lovers, flip turn, flip like flipping a page turn. They're amazing. Briston Maroney, who is awesome. I think he only has like 2 albums, so 9 songs altogether. They're only like 4-track albums.
His voice is
Unbelievable.
crazy.
And then I found a really, really interesting one, which I'll bring up and talk about him a little bit more later and give some recommendations. Their name is Rainbow Kitten Surprise.
Okay.
I'm
Oh.
currently listening to
And-
Cocaine Jesus by them.
And yeah,
Oh.
it is not what you expect. So I know I listen to a lot of music and I listen to every genre. So usually, if you pick a genre, I know some sort of, or listen to some sort of sub-genre.
If
of
you
a
guys
sort.
if you guys are listening to indie rock, does the YouTube channel Alex Rainbird Music
No.
ring any bells?
Does not tickle.
What the heck? They're just they do like compilations of indie music and indie rock, indie folk, stuff like that.
I think what's super cool about music too is that like it's I feel like back in the day, like I'm talking when I say back in the day, I mean like fucking Greek times.
Oh yeah,
Just back in the day.
Yeah, you know,
14th
classically
back
century.
with
the good old days.
Yeah. But like back then there was a limited amount of supply of music and it wasn't on demand. And even when we get close to our age, but like more back in like record times or whatever, or like music or radio, like the only time you could listen to music and have it is at certain times, and it's predicated on what people in charge are putting on the radio or whatever. But now we have such an access to it, and like we can listen to whatever we want. Did I just say that twice?
Yeah,
Sorry.
for sure.
Whenever we want, whatever we want, all the time. It's
However
fantastic.
we want.
Yeah. And yeah, totally.
Because before the advent of like music and technology coming together to enable the person at home to listen to music, if you wanted to go hear your favorite operatic experience, you had to go buy another ticket, devote a whole evening to it. It was prohibitively expensive to go and listen to your favorite piece of music, and it had to be performed by people. It was so the ability to just click a button
Yeah.
and listen to your favorite song.
The barriers to entry have become so low.
But you take it not that you take it for granted, but like you don't think about it.
No.
Because it's so ingrained in our desire to listen to music that you don't even think about the idea that we're so lucky when it comes to listening to music.
Not even 20 years ago, you had one CD. A lot of people just have one CD. They just listen to in the car, repeat.
Or you had
Clash.
you had those people that had those giant fucking books of
The,
CDs.
the ones they roll out that
Here,
are on their glove.
pick us some cruising tunes, and you're flipping through like a 60-pound book of CDs.
Yeah. No, that was always crazy.
Oh, I forgot to mention my favorite artist. I really like Coheed and Cambria. I'm sure through just osmosis of being close to me, you've heard their name at least at some point. But they're a New York like prog metal band, and they make weird shit, but it's super cool. What about you guys? We got favorite artists.
Hell yeah.
Randy,
Do you mind if I go, guys?
is it
yeah,
is it Johnny Cash?
Shit. How'd you know?
Because that's all you ever talk about.
Yeah, no, I honestly I dug
it-
deep for this one though, so I have like 5.
yeah, that's fine. Go ahead.
I'll go through them pretty quickly, but like obviously everybody knows that I love Johnny Cash.
Yes.
Cleo is one of my favorites. They only have like 2 albums, but like it's fantastic music and I love it.
Bangers.
I mean, they have the song like "Way Down We Go," which I mean, like, is such a like.
Oh, Kaleo.
Oh,
Oh.
Is that how it's pronounced?
Like,
Is it not?
Like K-E-L
No, it's
something O.
Kaleo.
Oh, yeah, I love those guys.
I would say
like all the
Kaleo.
pretty girls and
I've
stuff like
always heard Kaleo.
Huh.
Now I know who you're talking about.
Okay,
Yeah.
sorry. That's the thing with like band names and shit like that. You know, it could be anything.
Well, weird ones like that.
Yeah.
yeah.
All the Pretty Girls.
All the Pretty Girls,
Really
great
good
song.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, like, as it might show up later, the artists that have like small, like not that many albums out, they are the ones that hit most effectively. Or like, most of the tracks on their albums are bangers.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Followed by Elton John. I just think like
Yep.
Elton John consistently makes has made great music, and even if it's not like, obviously there's so many songs that have been played to death by Elton John, like on the radio, but like even then, man, when Don't Go Breaking My Heart comes on, you're just like, oh man, this is still great. You know?
Did you watch the Rocket Man?
Yeah, I
documentary?
loved it.
Such a good movie.
Oh my god, it was great because it's just an excuse to listen to Elton John.
yeah, and it was
music
a
again.
musical the whole way through, which was so sick.
So good.
Like, that's a great movie.
Gordon Lightfoot, I love just because he's like such chill vibes. Like if you could read my mind, not the one that you're thinking of,
Oh no.
but the original version. That's a good song. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
I thought you wanted me to actually read your mind.
Yeah,
I
I
was
was like-
confused
I
for
was
a second.
No.
It's like pickles.
Gordon Lightfoot is not in my wheelhouse, I don't think.
Oh, I gotta send you a song. He's real good.
I don't even know who that is.
Oh, I gotta send you a song.
got-
Oh.
Whoa.
A really light foot.
Super
Oh,
light.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Only the one though.
It's like the opposite of that guy that stomps.
Oh, Josh Heavyfoot.
Yes. We'll go
Oh,
with
yeah,
Josh
yeah,
Heavyfoot.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
Josh.
I love his movies. I don't know.
I loved him in Stomp.
Oh, I love them in the young. Fuck, I was gonna say the longest yard, the youngest lard. Damn it!
Shit. And then my final one is Coulter Wall. I think Coulter Wall is one of my favorite. Like, like not.
Love.
It's not even like stadium. It's not stadium country at all. It's more like original country. Like, I'm talking like, what would you say? Like, early country. You know, like
I would say Coulter Wall is like the most like around the campfire vibe.
yeah.
Like I get what you're saying. Like, it was
Campfire
so,
country.
So good. I would say campfire country.
Yeah.
Because have you watched his like when he sang,
Kate McKinnon.
yeah, for the original 16 thing?
No. Oh yes, I have.
Yeah,
seen
yeah.
this.
When he's got like the bass drum with his heel and
Yeah.
he's playing this. That's probably like one of the most.
If you like country right now, everybody needs to pause. Go look that up. It should be Coulter Wall, Kate McKinnon, then original 16. Listen to that and then come back so you have an appreciation because it's
literally
incredible.
It's
Also
probably
hit
one of
the
the
like
most
button.
powerful.
Button.
Or finish this episode.
Yeah, could do that too.
It's so good.
While you're there, you can also like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell.
Make sure the bell's turned on.
Anyone? Anyway, that's my 5
Yeah.
that I could think of like that were very prevalent.
You know,
in my
Randy, I didn't know
favorites.
we had so many conjoining music interests. To be honest.
We do.
Yeah, Coulter Wall, love Coulter Wall.
Yep.
Kaleo, love Kaleo, and I love Elton John. Like I just all of you.
Today I learned that it's Kaleo. That's crazy.
Well, I assume.
I hope.
It's like
That's just the
Kale
way
with
it
an
makes
O,
sense.
right?
To
It does make sense that way.
Kaleo.
Yeah.
I had no idea who you were talking about.
Yeah, I
And
was
then
like,
you said
wow.
way down, you go, I'm like, oh,
Yeah,
Kaleo.
Later, it's like, Dan, what are your favorite artists? And you're just like, yeah,
Oh,
I
Kaleo?
Yeah.
Mike, you got some favorite artists to talk about?
No. Yeah, I got a couple. I think I'm just going to go right off the top. It's obviously Mac Miller.
Yes, sir.
He's probably been one of my favorites for the last couple of years. R.I.P. Mac.
Yeah, for real.
Still miss him.
Me and Mike have vibed out to Mac for a lot of years now.
Yes, yeah. So that's one of my favorite rappers, kind of to my heart. One of the ones I loved from when I was younger, although it might be not as little frowned upon, was Headley when I was
Oh,
a kid. But
There's
you know,
nothing wrong with liking it.
Yeah, but now I guess now he's kind of
Oh, right, with the.
he did a thing
Ah,
recently
yeah,
that was
yeah.
like the
He's
thing.
just a terrible
yeah, so-
person. His music's good though.
Yeah, he's,
Is Headley a single person?
no, it's a band.
Oh, okay.
It's just the main singer.
Right.
Such a good band though.
Yeah, I listened to him, the famous Last Words album a lot when I was a kid, for like a lot.
Back
Like
when-
I
back
probably
when you
can
bought
sing every
albums.
single song.
Like back when you had to buy
Never too
albums.
late. That was a good album.
For the nights I don't remember. Was that
That's
one?
the same album.
Is that the same album?
Yeah, they just called it Famous Last Words.
Is it the red one with the silver
Mhm.
chrome?
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay. Never mind.
Yeah, that's the same album.
Cool.
Yeah, and then other ones, obviously, it's my indie rock ones like Briston Maroney's really big for me right now. So I don't know. There's 3 quick ones.
No, that's good. Thanks. Good. Did we?
That's all you really need.
How about you, Brad? You got some artists to talk about?
So me and Michael kind of always end up listening to the same music all the time. So we have pretty similar stuff.
Do you guys like live together or something?
No. No,
Just beside each other.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
just like
Neighbors.
coinciding rooms
Right.
in the same.
It's like a hotel room with conjoining rooms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like the same
Yeah.
box of wood that we are in the area of when
Are
we
you guys
sleep.
both still at home?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought so. I just was confused by that. Like,
My bad.
No, my favorite artist top is Mac Miller again, just because me and Mike have vibed out on that for too many times to not fall in love with him. And like the Lumineers, I've been really
Ooh,
like.
Oh, yeah.
classic.
Love the Lumineers.
Love Lumineers.
Same kind of style as like Kaleo and stuff like that.
Kaleo.
Kaleo. And
Rolls off the
then I got the
No,
Backseat
it
Lovers
doesn't.
on there. I had a few more, but I was like, cut it down a little bit.
Okay.
Nice.
So
I'm-
mainly indie rock / rap.
Yeah, I've been like indie rock / rap.
And you didn't pick Tyler Childers?
Not Tyler Childers as a banger. I've been on a little bit of a country kick, like a kind of a huge country kick, to be honest.
Yep.
Like Zach Bryan. I don't know if you guys ever heard of him.
No.
Yeah, that's
You
not
would-
on there
you-
either. What the heck,
Actually,
Brad?
Randy, you would really like Zach Bryan if you like Coulter Wall.
Okay, cool.
He goes down that like campfire.
I love the deep
Country.
baritone of Coulter Wall because like
Hmm.
he has 2 albums where he keeps pretty deep, and then ever since he's been like country twang. I'm just like oh.
No, you have to look up Zach Bryan. If there's one thing you do, it's Zach Bryan.
Okay, cool.
But yeah, what were you?
I Dan, if I may,
No.
I was wondering if I could introduce a quick topic.
Sure.
Not topic, because we already have a topic. Do you guys have any guilty pleasure like bands? Or
That's a great question.
Because like I do.
I don't. Okay, this is gonna sound fucking dumb. I don't
That's
have
the
any,
point.
I don't have any guilty pleasure bands because I think the idea of being even pseudo ashamed of listening to an artist is stupid. But I understand your question.
Yeah.
I guess the closest thing would be like I don't consider, it, but the closest thing would probably be Ed Sheeran.
Okay.
I love Ed Sheeran music.
Yeah.
Not all of it, because some of it just sounded. Some of it is just generic, money-produced
Yeah,
pop.
yeah, yeah.
But he's got some really great songs.
He does.
Some really good fingerstyle songs too. Like
Exactly.
Through the Guitars,
Holy
it's so
shit.
good.
What's the one from Lord of the Rings?
Oh, I See Fire.
I See Fire
Love
is a
that
great
Super
song.
good, super
So good.
Even though it's one of his most popular, Castle on the Hill is
Castle on the
a
Hill is a
fucking
good song, too.
banger.
Yep.
So I don't know. Probably Ed Sheeran.
Nice. That's a good one. That's a good like.
Yeah.
Everybody kind of like shits on him because he's popular.
Because he's popular. But he's got a. He said in an interview once, "I'm an acoustic artist first and foremost," and he is. That's what he focuses on.
Yep.
And some of his older stuff before he blew up is fantastic because he did a lot of focus on fingerstyle guitar, like
yeah.
Brad mentioned. And
Yeah.
No, he's actually a really good artist. Outside of he just kind of fell into that pop fame
Yeah.
thing through a lot of his albums. Which I mean, the amount of money he's
Get that
making,
bag.
I probably
holy
would do.
shit, Ed Sheeran is so rich.
Dude, I
Oh
would-
my
I would do the
God.
same
I'm pretty
thing. I
sure
would
I
bang
looked
out
it up
some
one time
generic.
because I was like, "What's the most streamed song on Spotify?" And I looked it up, and it is "Shape of You" by Ed Sheeran.
Is it still?
As
It
far
was
as I know.
for a while, yeah.
Yeah,
It still might be.
yeah, it might be.
That guy's huge.
Yeah.
Guy's huge. You guys ever see the movie Yesterday?
No,
That's
I
the
know
one
he's
about
in
the
it.
Beatles, right?
Yeah, where
Where
everyone
they like
gets
go
the
back
Beatles.
in time or
Ed
whatever.
Sheeran's in that movie.
Yep.
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 By the way.
I've seen the scene where they write. He's like, "Oh, I challenge you to a writing battle,"
Oh yeah.
and then they're playing the piano, and that's a great scene.
That is a good scene because then he gets all heartbroken.
There's that bit where he's like coaching the guy, and he's like, "I'm not feeling Hey Jude. How about you try Hey Dude?
Yeah.
Hey Dude. Hey Dude. Dude."
I've never seen that. That sounds funny though.
It's super funny.
Brad, what about you? Randy's question.
Oh, guilty pleasures. I don't even know.
If you don't have one, it's cool. I was just
Honestly,
like,
I don't know what I would even say as a guilty pleasure for me. I kind of spread myself out pretty thin.
like
with
you
all
like
music.
cheese on a cracker. Just
Yeah,
spread 'em
yeah.
out.
I guess you could say.
You putting liquidy cheese on
Talking
crackers?
cheese whiz.
I
What
guess
the fuck is wrong with
When
you?
I was a kid.
I guess you could
Vegetables
say.
and cheese whiz?
Let me tell you.
I guess you could say I do dabble in Drake sometimes, and I feel bad about it sometimes. Like I'm so generic because everybody.
You should
listens
feel
to
bad
Drake.
about it. No.
I was just talking about. Not
Feel
just-
ashamed.
Sometimes I listen to things like from Drake, or weirdly enough, I listen to UK rap, which
Oh, that's
drill. I wouldn't consider that a guilty pleasure. I think it's sick.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's something that's weird that I listen to. I suppose.
That's a huge industry, like music, part of the music industry is like UK rap. Like
Yeah,
that's such a huge, like,
huge drill is massive, but we just don't listen to it in like northeastern, call it whatever.
Western.
Western, yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, culture.
Northeastern Russia.
Depends where you. Hey, it depends where you are.
That one landed a little late for Randy.
But no. It doesn't really reach. Like nobody really listens to it, but it's actually just so good.
Yeah.
nice.
What about you, Mike?
I'll sometimes only on leg days.
Oh no!
I listen to some thought shit.
Oh, okay.
Like,
You know what I
WAP.
mean? Like Megan's The
Megan Thee
Stallion,
Stallion.
My Humps.
and like
Cardi B.
Nicki Minaj, Cardi
Oh.
B.
No,
We
this,
love it.
This is actually the fucking worst.
It's the best.
No,
You'll be doing hip
try not.
thrusters. You'll be,
Brad,
hey,
Brad,
shut
I'm
up.
with you.
Hey, it's my time to talk, Brad.
You don't have the talking stone.
Shame
You're
you.
a freak. You're a fucking freak.
But you're doing hip thrusters and you're getting glute pumps and you're walking around and you're like
And you're
hips
listening-
are like sticking out and
You're listening to
like,
wet ass pussy.
Yeah, you're like I'm the shit right now.
No, it's the worst because Mike.
Yeah, I couldn't do public gyms because I just be on something. Because where I go, I'm just
that
by
guy
it's just
doing?
my own. I'm just by myself, so I just pump the music as loud as possible, and it's
No,
making the stallion.
It's actually the worst because like I'll be like pumping out squats, we listen to like generic rap, like just like Tyler the Creator, like just some hard stuff getting amped up. We go out, we put the hip thrusters on. The second I'm putting the weights on, it's just like what ass pussy. Fuck, man, fuck.
This is killing my
Oh my
vibe.
God damn it.
I don't
Oh,
want to
good.
work out anymore.
Meanwhile,
Burgalicious.
meanwhile, Mike is going fucking ape shit.
Yes.
No, every time, man.
That's so
Actually
fucking
gives him
funny.
power, you know.
Yeah.
Like he can do another 200 pounds.
That's an interesting topic to think about though, because music unironically does that. That's
Really?
why. Well, no, that's why you listen to music when you work out. At least some people do.
It gives you
It's for
energy.
the inspiration, for the energy.
Oh,
No,
let's go.
honestly, it does give it for sure.
And it goes beyond just working out into the idea that music just will make you feel certain emotions if you let it.
Yeah.
And you can use that in different ways. You can use it for working out. I use it creatively. Like I'll go and listen to other things like ambient and stuff like that and go and write
Lo-fi.
things that are similar. But it goes to everything
Yeah.
down the avenue that music makes you feel different emotions.
For sure. Well, that's why people listen to like hardstyle when they're working out. I don't know if you ever
Dude,
heard
hardstyle's sick.
it goes so hard.
It's hardstyle is so fucking bad, but it's so good. It's the worst.
That's like a heavy electro.
That's, like,
as
crazy. That's-
loud and bassy.
Yeah, well, I was
just
playing it one time,
repetitive
'cause I
and
was
like
like,
so much, so fast.
Hardstyle's for that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just you listen to hardstyle when you need to go fucking mental at whatever you're doing.
No, but it was because I remember one time I found out. I was like, "Oh, what's hardstyle?" It's like everyone's like talking about it in the gym, and I put it on the way to work. I put it on the way to work.
Whoa!
We're halfway there, and I'm literally jumping in my seat, just gassed the fuck up. And I'm like, "This sucks ass," but I'm so
Yeah,
excited.
exactly, right? Like that's what hardstyle's for.
This isn't good, but
But it's banging.
Just for the record, I want to just really, since we went through all of them,
Yeah.
I only did one of my favorite artists, and you guys
Oh.
did a bunch. So,
No, for sure.
well, I didn't realize we were doing multiple. I wrote down Coheed and Cambria as my favorite because Coheed and Cambria is like my favorite band. But I've been listening to an absurd amount of electronic music recently.
Vibes.
So there's laser punk. None of you guys are gonna know any of these, but there's laser punk. There's stimming, Hades, and then there's a punk rock band from New York called the Royal They, who has
It's a badass name.
it's a
actually.
sick name, right?
Usually band names are ass. But
the,
that's kinda
the
sick.
Royal They. It's a
That's-
sweet
that's
name.
a sick name.
They're like a post-hardcore punk kind of band, and they have absolutely zero following, no following whatsoever
how'd you find him?
on a Spotify playlist
Oh, okay.
accidentally.
Yeah.
But their music is fucking fantastic. It's like super high energy. They've got a female vocalist, and she just goes mental on the mic when she sings. It's amazing. You guys should check out. You guys are working out, you listen to the Royal They
Okay.
or Hardstyle.
Brad, as much as Brad doesn't like my thought shit, Brad hates me playing rock. So
What
This
is wrong with
no,
you?
it's
No,
not
he
rock.
hates rock so much.
No, it's just specifically heavy metal. I'm not a vibe.
Oh,
for some
this is
reason.
not heavy metal. We're talking like grunge, punk.
Okay.
trying to be at the gym with Brad and play music is impossible. Like he's like, I only want to listen to UK drill or rap, or else he's just like out of it.
The truth comes out.
Or literally just like the most calm acoustic shit ever gets me gassed. For some
Yeah.
reason. I don't know what it is.
If I may,
Nope.
I haven't done my guilty pleasures yet.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
And
Oh, okay. So I got these ones.
Yeah,
but we'll
please.
let you finish it.
do you want to guess mine?
Yeah, you go for you say one and then I'll say one. The other one.
Okay. I actually have like 3.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Okay.
You ready for this?
oh, I
Yeah.
bet I know what one is.
please.
Is one Five Finger Death Punch?
Yes.
Yeah, because I was in the car with him
Yeah.
like a couple weeks ago when we went to H Coffee, and a fucking Five Finger Death Punch song came on, and Randy cranked it, and he was like, "I used to listen to this shit," and I was like, "What the fuck? Rock on!" But like,
so bad.
What the hell?
It's not good.
No,
music.
it's fine.
They're
Well,
pretty good.
that's fair.
Like, I'm talking like, I mean, Five Finger Death Punch has like some like mainstream bangers, but like I bought albums. Like, I listened to their entire discography. It was bad, but like at the same time, I was like, yeah, I'm.
I'm a 40-year-old dad
Yeah.
drinking coffee in my truck, going to the ring.
That was my
Going to the
workout
rink.
music.
rink.
Second one, if anyone wants to guess.
What genre?
Also rock.
I'd say pop.
Pop? Oh no, I don't know this one.
Taylor Swift.
It used to be something I listened to a lot.
What is it?
It's Mariana's Trench.
Nothing wrong with
Those are bangers, man.
That's
Yeah,
fine.
they got some bangers, but like,
Shuddering. You know,
What?
shuddering. Or stuttering.
oh, Stutter.
I
Stuttering.
fucking hate that song.
Stuttering.
Oh my god, that song is. You're gonna get us copyright.
Stop it.
You're way too
Believe
good
me,
at
they're not gonna copyright me
I
singing
think
that
Junk
song.
Monkeys podcast.
Yeah, they're like,
singing. Just pissed.
God,
third,
it's so on tone.
what was the third one? Oh,
you
third
not-
one. I mean, like, this feels controversial, but like, I will stand up for it. Nickelback. Honestly, I think they have
No, there's
made
there's
more bangers than
nothing
they've
wrong with
made
hating.
bad.
I almost said there's nothing wrong with hating on Nickelback. There's nothing wrong with liking Nickelback.
Yeah, exactly.
It's become a meme to hate Nickelback just because it's funny, but like,
Yeah,
they've
yeah.
got fine music.
Yeah.
I got a question for you.
Yeah.
Please.
Does everybody know two songs? Hero by Nickelback.
Nope.
Obviously.
What?
I need a hero to save me.
Oh, Hero.
No. Yeah, I
I
said
thought you
hero.
said he wrote.
No, hero.
I don't know that.
And then Arms Wide Open by Creed.
Yes.
You know. No? Nothing?
arms wide open.
Oh,
That's
Yeah? And then, like, do the other one, Randy? The Nickelback one?
And this scene. Yeah, that one.
Yeah, would you rather have Nickelback sing Arms Wide Open or Creed sing Hero?
This is on you guys because I don't know either of those songs.
I would. I'd have. Oh man, I'd have Creed sing "Hero" because I think they would crush it. Maybe good.
Yeah, I think I gotta stick with Randy on this one.
I can't even do
Nah,
it.
you can't even do it.
Someone's got
Because, like, we were talking about this the other day. Creed sings weird.
Yeah, they do. Because like in the song "Arms Wide Open," Dan, when they say "open," they don't say "open" with a P for some reason. They say "wide open" like with an
Okay.
F. It's
I think it's
really
like a
weird.
Arms wide open.
Yeah,
I think
it's
that's like
so
a
weird.
musical singing thing to just not finish words. I'm pretty
Sometimes,
sure
yeah.
that's actually a thing.
They just trail off.
Yeah.
Also on the Creed train quick,
Yeah.
My Sacrifice sounds like the James or 007 Goldeneye theme song at some points.
I don't know that
My
song.
You
Me
don't know
neither.
My Sacrifice by Creed?
No.
Yeah. You have to wait for the bridge.
No, I got no idea.
I know.
Alright.
You're on your own on this one.
You're on this one, Mike.
Am I the butt rock king?
You are the butt
You
rock
are.
king.
Oh wow.
The
Booty-
what?
The butt rock king.
The fuck
you
is
never heard
that?
of butt rock?
I don't know what that is.
Butt
That's
Rock
like-
is like Nickelback and like
Oh.
Nickelback,
Whole-
Daughtry,
Three Doors Down.
Hold
no.
on.
Doors Down.
Did you guys fucking?
Simple Plan?
Did you guys see this when Spotify this year did like their music wrap up for the year and they showed you like all your favorite artists and genres?
Yeah.
Did you see the bullshit made up fucking genres they showed for
Yes,
everybody?
I remember this.
Your favorite genre was bubble grunge.
Yeah.
What the fuck are you talking about? No, they
grunge.
yeah, bubble grunge was Zephyr. That was like his top genre. But he listens to like post hardcore. So like they're just making shit up.
Or bubble grunge.
Bubble grunge.
And I think that's a better name for it.
Well, I think you're coked out, but you know
Bubble
what?
grunge.
It's so funny. We had a good laugh over it for like 20 minutes, just making fun of them. You guys are just making shit up at this point.
I wonder if they just put random adjectives. Besides,
they use
like
a
a genre.
generator.
Yeah, they just
Game
random
of
shit.
Mad Libs.
All right, boys, what are we calling our genres this year?
I need an adjective.
Bubble grunge. One of them was adjectives and like nouns,
Yeah.
and then the other were music genres. And they just put them together.
That's good.
I'm trying to think of
Choose a new rock genre. Go, Brad.
a new rock genre.
Yep. Blank rock.
Blank
Screaming
rock.
nettle rock.
Screaming
metal.
like the plant that
Yeah,
makes you
but
kill
it
yourself.
screams.
Okay.
I would. Oh,
It's kind of badass though.
Yeah,
Like-
right. I
my
said it. I
God.
was like, whoa.
Candy rock. All right.
Candy Rock. Yeah.
Close your eyes. Imagine playing.
That's like almost all-
Candyland. And then all of a sudden, like
a
mad
huge
electric
power
guitar-
chord comes
huge
in.
power chords
Okay,
randomly
yeah.
come in,
I mean, there's Kawaii rock, which is very similar.
or other known as Candy Rock from now on.
Spotify
official.
would call
All right.
Kawaii rock.
So okay, so I came up with one.
Please.
What is aqua rock?
Ooh.
Ooh.
That is the music that plays during any video game underwater level.
But it doesn't matter if it's rock or
No,
not.
it does not.
Like the Dire Dire Docks theme is
Yeah,
Aqua
I
Rock.
was thinking
Like the underwater Mario theme.
like the Donkey Kong
rock.
Country one.
It's just like heavily like toned down and quiet.
Like a
and
really high low pass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It sounds like it's submerged in the water.
Yeah. Just the whole thing.
Oh, so it's just the entirety of Five Finger Death Punch's discography.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
It's great.
Sick.
Can't make out any noise.
Except it sounds like he's blowing bubbles in all of his lyrics.
Yeah.
What is he saying? I can't
don't
understand.
know. Guitar solo.
What is the bassist doing? It's just not even there.
Oh, that's good.
I wanted to talk about briefly, and not even briefly, it's our next topic.
Sure.
I wanted to talk about our experiences, because we've all had different ones, with our processes of actually creating / playing music.
Ah.
Because I know, I'm not sure about you, Mike, because you said earlier that you don't really do that.
You learned
No.
guitar for a touch. I taught him a G chord and a C chord.
We can talk about that, but I know that myself, Brad, and Randy, I almost forgot your name for a second.
Hey.
What's his name? Who knows? Not Randy.
The Funk Monkey.
Brandy?
Funk
I don't know. We all have dabbled in music in some
little
in
dabble.
different levels, and I'd like to talk about that for a bit.
Sure.
So I think,
I would like you to start.
okay, I can start.
Yeah.
Sure.
Because I honestly, Dan, and I mean, this is I'm gonna get through this as quick as I can, but I just want to comment.
Oh my!
You make banging
fucking
music.
God. Thanks, man.
You make very
What
good
was the
bangers.
name of that one you played for me when I was chilling at your place? First Light. Is that
yeah,
right?
the big orchestral one.
Yeah, that was really good.
I can't fucking believe you remember that. That's an old piece.
It was amazing.
Thank you.
They're memorable.
They've
Like, it
only
was
gotten
really, really
better.
good.
Yeah.
They've like that piece.
That's the crazy thing about making music too.
What's that?
It just always gets better. Like there's no point in time where like you get worse at making music.
You can stagnate if you
yeah,
don't do
you
it
can
very
like
much.
plateau.
But yeah, he's absolutely right. Like, sometimes I go back and listen to my old music, and I'm like, this fucking sucks, man.
That's what I do
This
with
shit
my
is
writing. Man.
ass.
That's what I do with my writing.
Well, there's a song by the Backseat Lovers called Out of Tune that's literally specifically about that. They're like literally about them like listening to their music a year ago, and it's like
Oh.
fucking dog shit.
That's interesting.
It's a really good song. It was the first song they made. Fun fact.
Oh,
cool.
the first song they made is about recollecting on music they haven't made yet.
Yeah, the guy wrote the lyrics. Like the singer wrote the lyrics when he was 16, and then when they all got
I
together, the
understand.
first time they got together, he was like, "Look
Yeah.
at these lyrics," and they just made a banger out of it.
That's a real good song.
That is a really good song.
All right, Randy wanted me to go,
I would love to.
so I'll just start with a brief like overview of how I got to where I am today with producing music. In case you listener are not aware, we use the Junk Monkeys podcast uses my music as like the intro and outro. So I do a lot of music production. I play a lot of different instruments. I play guitar, cello, flute, and then if I needed to, I could hop on a drum kit. It would be shit though.
But you could do it.
I want to learn drums.
Well, you know, I'll get a nice pair of electronic drums.
Oh yeah, buddy got them for like $300, $400 bucks.
I've always
They're
wanted
good,
electronic
and they're just so nice.
because you can make them any sound.
Yeah, it's like
It's-
300 different sounds on there.
Exactly. And then you can download custom sounds and have different packs. Like,
Yeah, he had like we were making a jam session. He had like an electronic like 8-bit sound going on.
That's
I was
super
playing like a
cool.
Mario theme on the guitar.
Oh, that's dope.
So it was fucking sick.
I think, because I've always been around people who produce music, and not even necessarily that, but my dad plays violin, and he hasn't for a long time, but he used to play really well. But he played fiddle, right, like fiddle style.
Yeah.
So that's what he tried to get me into as a kid, and it sucked because I had to go to structured lessons, and I hated it.
Oh yeah.
So I started with a sort of a marred experience to producing music and playing it, because I didn't really like it. But then band came around, and it probably started with choir in elementary, like in grade 5 and 6
with
or whatever.
Mrs. McDonald.
Fucking, I hate Mrs.
I
McDonald.
fucking loved her.
She's a bitch.
No.
If you're listening, fuck you. Mrs. McDonald is
fucking-
listening to the fucking Junk Monkeys podcast.
I think I had a Mrs. McDonald
I fucking love Mrs. McDonald.
in
I think
kindergarten.
she did split. Sometimes
She was in Rivers sometimes. Yeah.
Yep.
She did both.
Shout out to Mrs. McDonald.
Did she do a clap
Yeah,
thing
honestly.
when you guys weren't listening?
Maybe.
She.
Huh.
Yeah! Brad got it.
No. We've been there. Been there, done that.
So elementary school rolls around. Band comes up in 7 and 8. I'm playing with all my friends. And at that point, it was just sort of like this is fun. We go do it once a week or whatever. Was it once a week or twice a week? Or
I did art because I'm an artist.
right.
Fucking pussy.
All right. Get fucked, I guess. And then high school comes around, and there's actual structured band class.
It's not just noise.
Right? And that was fun for a while, but for the first like half of my high school career, it was sort of just another class. I'm just doing this to get a credit, and then Mr. Hodge pulls up to the scene, to the Elton scene.
He rolls in.
He completely that person completely changed my perspective of what it is to play music.
I think the photo of Mr. Hodge as a cat is still on the band wall when I was leaving on my senior year.
What? I don't know what that is.
Somebody printed out a cat. They were like, "This cat looks like Mr. Hodge." And they drew a beard on him,
That's awesome.
and they put Mr. Hodge on. I'm pretty sure it's still up there.
Hell yeah.
For the viewers, we had a adequate band teacher for the first couple years of band, but then we had a person who came in and completely changed my perspective of what it was to play music, and especially what it was to play music with other people, because that's, to me, when it's at its most fun.
For sure.
When you're playing music. So it was at that point and into college that I started taking music more seriously. I had a friend in college named Lane who got me started with digital production, got me FL Studio, got me some sounds, and I started making music. And it sucked to begin with, as everyone's does, but now I'm at a point where I'm legitimately proud of the stuff I make, and the ability to incorporate what I can do with actual physical instruments, guitar and everything like that, and use it in digital production. It's become this like melding of two different worlds. Because I could play the guitar before I could do FL, like that. They don't overlap in time, or they do. But I started guitar way before I started doing digital stuff, and now they overlap and blend together, and it's this like complex world of sounds that I'm trying to make, and that has been my journey thus far, and I'm still going. I still gotta make a lot of stuff. It sucks. It's hard.
I think there's definitely something special though about when you get into the level of playing, which isn't even that far in, where you can like create music that you think of.
Yeah.
Like when you can like think of something and like throw it onto like into actually hearing it is like actually a pretty special thing.
Or
honestly.
when you can, even at a basic level, recreate songs that you already
yeah,
know.
Yeah. Like I think I learned Let Her Go by Passenger on the guitar, which took me for fucking ever, by the way. That was my second song I learned for some stupid reason.
Yeah, right? Like,
and then I just like stuck with it though. I was like so hyped up to learn it. But like, and then I actually like finally hit it, and I must have played it like fucking 20 times in a row.
So
just so hyped up.
Was that your goal song? Because every guitarist has a goal song.
That was like my goal song when I first started, for sure.
Exactly. Mine was "I Will Follow You Into the Dark."
Oh, okay.
Death Cab for Cutie. Do you know that song?
I think
Brad?
I know that song.
'Cause I'll follow you into the dark, and it's just the guy on acoustic guitar, just the guitarist, and him singing. And it's a fantastic song. Same story where it was like that was so far beyond my pay grade, but I just wanted to learn it.
Well, I think that happens everybody with guitar. Is like
some people.
It's like you hit at this level, and then you're like, oh, this song's so sick, and then you start learning it, and you're like, this is fucking impossible.
And it takes you
stick
years.
With it. Yeah, and then you finally figure it out, and you're like 10 times better than when you started.
Exactly.
Because after I learned Let Her Go, I learned Cherry Wine, like the one I was talking about, which is like crazy, and I learned it so fast compared to how long I learned Let It Go. It just transfers over so well, especially if somebody pull-offs and hammer-ons and stuff like that. It was fucked.
To go on with what you're saying, because when you learn some of those basic skills, we'll get to. I see you two. We'll get to you in just a second.
No, we're enjoying
like,
this.
If I might interrupt for like 1 second,
Yeah.
I love seeing people talk about things that they're passionate about, and like I can see that in you two right now, and it's fantastic.
We gotta have a jam.
We do have to have
even
a jam.
like here. Like let's do it.
Like just fucking get it out there and get it done. I'd say.
You're 100% right, Brad. Because when you are struggling through those things, you're getting the knowledge of concepts. If we're talking specifically about guitar, like maybe bar chords are fucking
hate bar
awful
chords. Oh my god.
for the first bit, but once you learn them, and you have that skill, it's applicable to every other song you're going to learn.
It's so
and
helpful.
it gets you sort of like your difficulty curve kind of does this.
Yeah.
And it doesn't ever plateau. Of course, it keeps getting harder, but that initial hump is what you got to get over.
Yeah, it's like
and I'm
R6
not you
Siege.
specifically, but
It's like Rainbow Six Siege. You guys ever played that game?
I fucking hate Siege.
But
that game
Randy,
is so ass.
For listeners at home where people don't play guitar, a bar chord is when you lay your entire finger
Oh, Brad.
over
Let
six.
me tell you.
We got to talk
I
about
know.
Randy's experience.
I know.
About bar chords.
I know about bar chords because any of my goal songs
Had bar chords.
always had a
Fucking
bar chord.
Not-
and it would
an F
always
chord or a
stop
B
me.
minor,
Not hurt.
Just get fucked.
Not hurt.
Did you finish Hurt?
No.
Oh.
Were you
No,
trying
see,
to learn a
I
lot
never
of
finished a
Johnny
song.
Cash the whole time?
I gave Randy guitar lessons
Yeah.
for a bit.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, what was it? Well, like you were trying to probably learn a lot of like Johnny Cash and stuff like that.
So when I dabbled in the guitar, actually my most proud accomplishment on the guitar was one night I was playing Smite with Dan or something.
Yo!
I was like, Dan, hold on 1 sec. I'll be right back. And I go grab my guitar. And then I learned a song. He's like, no, you didn't. I was like, yes, I did. And then I go,
I don't remember
I
this.
learned the cowboy song.
Oh, I do remember this. Holy shit.
And it's just 3 little notes. And it's just like, bow, bow, down, bow, bow,
Yeah.
down, down.
I
found
remember
it.
that.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah.
But like with guitar, it's so cool. It's so cool playing.
Mhm.
But I have such difficulty sticking with it. And like I will learn the first few chords of a song and I'll be like, I'm good. Like
That
I don't
is
need to
so
move past
common.
this.
No,
Yeah.
honestly, yeah.
That
yeah.
is super.
So I
super
know
common.
like by heart, like if you gave me a guitar right now, I could probably play them. I know the first opening chords to like 4 songs, and like I can do them on repeat.
and,
I
that,
can't
and they're
go
all
past
A
it.
minor.
But yeah, like I can't. I have such difficulty sticking with it, and like getting past that hump of like fucking. I don't know how to do a fucking barcode or barcode.
Why you don't know how to do a barcode? Oh no!
What's the skew?
But like I don't know how to do like bar chords and stuff like that. So when I hit that first hurdle, unlike you guys where you're just like, well, obviously I'm gonna overcome this. I'm like, nah, I'm gonna turn around.
I don't even know what it was. The first time I picked up a guitar was just like this weird spout of like just random inspiration.
It was a spark.
It just like randomly.
Yep.
Like just randomly one night I was like, oh, Dad has a guitar. I go and pick it up.
Yep.
And then I learned like the basics of how to play E minor and then playing A minor without the
E
without the
minor
finger.
to A minor 7.
Yeah.
Where you just slide the E
Where
minor
you just-
shape down.
yeah. That was the first 2 things
Same
I
thing
learned.
with
I just
me.
sat there and fucking played for like 2
Same.
hours just switching the 2 things with some dumb rhythm.
Yeah.
And it was just like, this is sick. And then Michael was gone at the point in time because he was off in New Zealand. So
Yeah.
I was like, fuck it, I'm just going to learn guitar all the time. And
You
then
know
that's what
about
I did.
Mike being in New Zealand if you listen to the last episode. Nope.
Nope.
Episode
Episodes
before
ago.
of the Jump
Couple
Buggies
couple
podcast.
episodes, yeah.
It's the same thing with me, Brad. E minor to the A minor 7.
And then it was just
And he
bang
just,
it out.
same thing. Just like for weeks, I'm like, I'm fucking sick.
I'm a guitarist.
Playing the shittiest thing. I remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Randy.
I was so
woo!
excited.
Yeah.
I remember giving you a lesson in Dal's house.
Yeah,
That was so fun. And then he quit.
yeah, I did quit.
Have you ever thought about getting back into it?
I mean, my car is my car is always sitting in my room.
Oh, word.
Oh, cool.
No, my guitar is always set up in my room.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, like, I have time, but I don't use it.
You watch TV.
I watch
Honestly?
TV. I play games. I read.
Which is nothing wrong with
I have
it.
far too many hobbies, you know. But like, there was nothing. I mean, back when I was in college, when I didn't have a job, like I was doing school, but I didn't have a job. I had plenty of time.
Yeah.
I was like, why the hell don't I just like pick up Riley's guitar and just start playing? It was great. And it was a lot of fun. And like, honestly, I thought to myself, like, why doesn't everybody learn an instrument? And then I realized really quick why. Because it's really hard. And your fingers, Mike, they start to hurt, you know?
Oh, Michael.
There-
Michael.
there are a-
Yeah, I play quite a bit of guitar.
Yeah.
What's your experience with that?
I could get really addicted really quick, but I have so many hobbies that it's hard to stick to guitar.
Well, Michael,
Hey.
you almost got really good at Let Her Go.
I got pretty good at letting
You
it
got
go.
you got pretty good at.
And I learned
going
Wagon Wheel.
through-
That's the bar. That's the bar test.
Well, because
you know?
he heard me because when he came back from New Zealand, it was like all of a sudden. I think Michael first thing he said was like, "So what? You're like a surfer dude now?" Because I was playing guitar in my room and I was like, "I
You gotta
guess
start
so."
wearing fedoras, Brad.
You are a surfer dude.
Oh, by heart.
Hell yeah.
Of
Can you
course.
surf?
No.
Well, not yet.
You live in Manitoba.
I was gonna say, there's no area to train.
Gonna go on the river's lake and
Okay, Mike, I
Wait
need
for
you
a
to
boat.
make
Wait
a
for a
wave.
boat to come by, and the wave is like 6 inches high, and you're like, ah, fuck.
Hang loose, dude. Wow, wow, crazy.
Wow.
come up covered in algae. Yeah, it's a great time.
Yeah.
Leeches everywhere.
Toxic algae.
Zebra
Right
muscle
on.
on my calf.
So how far did your guitar learning go, Mike?
I learned like 2 songs, and then I stopped for some reason.
Hobbies.
So yeah, I don't know why I stopped. I stopped playing one day.
You should start again.
I did. I played 1 chord yesterday. I'm like, oh,
Nice.
this is fun.
Was it E
Yeah,
minor?
It was a C chord.
C
Was
chord.
it a C chord?
Because
Classic.
he was really close to it, and then I was like, just move down one.
Because
finger.
I don't remember anything. I've lost all of that.
It comes back so quick, man.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's like riding
But-
a bike.
I think my fingers are a lot stronger than they used to be, so it's a little bit easier to play
Mhm.
than it used to.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I learned Let It Go, just the first little finger style.
I think it's Let
Start.
Her Go.
It's Let Her Go.
Let It
I
Go
also
from
said Let It
Frozen.
Go earlier.
Oh.
Yeah, you did.
These are freaks.
And then Wagon Wheel for strumming.
Yeah.
Nice.
It was
And then
pretty
you
good.
started learning "Burning House" by Mariah Carey. As well.
Oh, by Cam.
Ooh, that'd
Cam,
be good.
Sorry,
That's really fun.
that one's a sick finger.
That one really uses the thin one, the E low high
High
E.
high E.
Yeah.
What's that country song that's like it's about like people something lullaby.
Whiskey
Oh.
lullaby.
Whiskey Lullaby, thank you. That's one of my like first 3 chords that I know. And I'll play it and I'll be like, that's it.
I've done it.
to just play off of what you guys said about, or what you said, Randy, about like I'd get to the point of bar chords and I'd be like, this sucks, and then, or this is hard, and stop.
Yep.
There are certain points, and Brad, I'm sure you're aware,
Mm-hmm.
in guitar, where the first bit is like technical learning,
Mm-hmm.
where it's good to follow YouTube tutorials or have a teacher, but then you get to a point where you have to grind on
for
something, like
sure.
especially with like bar chords. You have to grind bar chords. It sucks to begin with. I very vividly remember learning bar chords, but there are certain things, and it's with all instruments pretty much, that you just have to hunker down and practice through them. And it took me months to get bar chords down.
Yeah.
But man, once you do, it doesn't ever go away.
No, for sure.
You always have that, and it's applicable to like every other song because they're so common.
Yeah.
I think I've had a really weird guitar journey in that way, where like when I first started learning, I was like solely finger style.
Yeah.
And like I went hard on it, and then I went and bought an electric guitar because I was like, frickin' rock on, brother. Like, frickety frack, yeah.
Oh,
And then I learned the pentatonic scale like everybody does.
Yep.
And then I just started like absolutely freestyling over tracks on like different pentatonic scales.
in the minor pentatonic scale.
Specifically only in A minor. Because that's what we do. And then I kind of like put it down after that for a while. And like even now I'm still like getting back into it, just because like you know how it is.
What
with
did you
guitar.
do last night, Brad? What did you do last night? Having to
was-
work at 7:30 in the morning.
I was playing guitar until like 1:30 in the garage. But that's because I just started trying to learn strumming more, because I literally never touched strumming because I was just so into fingerstyle, because like this is fucking sick. And and then I got into the electric guitar journey, and then I kind of like learned like I used to have jam sessions with the boys at school. Some boys at school, well specifically
The boys.
a guy and his brother, because the guy plays the drums for the jazz band, and then his brother's like a big guitarist. So we just like got together and like jammed out for like 3 hours one day. I don't even know where I'm going with this, to be honest.
It's just nice to talk about it, man.
I'm
It's
just-
nice to talk
I'm
about your musical experiences.
Yeah, I'm just excited about it. And then, anyways, after that, I kind of like got back into acoustic or whatever after putting it down for a while, and then I kind of like dropped it all together for like 2 months, which just like happens. I feel like in a musical way, like it's like we make it sound like we've been inspired the whole way through music. Like I'm sure everyone's like, oh, Dan and Brad are just like going hard the whole way through music, but like there's definitely some down points in music when you're like learning instruments, for sure, where you're like, fuck, I do not want to pick up this guitar today, or like you're just like not as excited as you usually are.
The alternative I found to that is it's easy to plateau at certain points with your skill because you get complacent.
Yeah,
you get
yeah.
content. You learn all your open chords and maybe your bar chords. You can play at a beginner level every song
Yeah.
because every song is chords.
Because then you just look up songs and you're like, oh, I can play that.
I
And
can
then
play
you're
that.
like,
And it's really easy to stop right there. I did for a long time.
that's kind of what happened to me, for sure.
Right, yeah. But then there's always the next level
Mhm.
because even the guitar gods,
Mhm.
Stevie Ray Vaughan or Tommy Emmanuel, like it's their philosophy that there's always something more to learn.
For sure.
Because you can keep going. You can keep adding different embellishments or reharmonization
Or like even one time I remember because when I was jamming with the guys, there'd always be like something that he would do on the guitar that I'd be like, "What
What
the
are you
fuck?
doing?"
What the fuck did you just do?" Because there was one time I think we were playing. He was hitting like we just like do like whatever C, G, A minor, or whatever strum
F.
or like
1 5 6 4 in
yeah.
C major.
pretty much just like bang that out, like just like strum over it for whatever 4, 5, 6 bars, and then just switch up and do the solo for someone else.
Mm-hmm.
And he did this one time where he plucked it and like hit a harmonic high on the string.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yep.
I don't even know what you call that, but basically,
Just artificial harmonics.
yeah, like he like plucked the string and got it so his finger was just touching it light enough for it to be like super duper high, like an
that's
octave higher.
It's a harmonic.
Yeah, that shit was crazy.
You do them on the 12th, 7th, and 5th fret, and they're natural harmonics.
Yeah.
And then when you place your fingers and do them in other positions, they're artificial harmonics.
Yeah, that shit was crazy to me.
They're
So,
fun.
like it's like you always like learn random shit.
Yeah.
While you're
With
playing.
other people.
Yeah, with other people. But if
Exactly.
you're on your own, it's like kind of hard to learn that sometimes.
You're
especially when
100%
you're
right.
self-taught.
The hardest part when you're learning by yourself is that plateau.
Finding the next level.
Exactly. Not necessarily finding, but having the drive to go there
Mm-hmm.
even. Because it happens to me where I'm like, yeah, I can play everything, but I know what the next level is. And I've started taking the next steps. Are you familiar with the caged system?
Yeah.
Yeah, where like movable shapes.
Yeah, yeah.
Chords. That's what I'm doing right now.
Okay,
And
yeah.
it's completely transforming my understanding of the fretboard.
Mm-hmm.
But it's fantastic. I'm like, wow, I can play A in 47 different positions,
Yeah.
and they all sound different.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Anyway, sorry, musical.
hey, Mike, how's it going?
Yep.
Yeah.
I agree.
Sorry, Brad and I are going mental.
No, it's cool.
We're going into it. My bad.
Passion, man.
Anything to add, Randy?
Guitar and
You
shit.
play anything other than like guitar or stuff like that? We've been talking about guitar. We haven't even talked
Literally
about
haven't
other
even
instruments.
touched other instruments.
I loved flute. And
Flute, yep.
I loved alto sax. I think sax.
I
was so much
remember
fun.
you playing sax in band. That was so good.
Sax was fun.
I
but-
played sax.
Mike
You
played
played
sax
for
yep, for
like-
like a year.
under a year. I hated every second of it.
Which one?
Alto.
Hey,
The Alto brothers.
Do not like blowing into instruments.
love it.
Wind instruments are not my thing.
No,
No. Like I can deal
It's a
with
brass.
guitar and stuff, but I do not like blowing into instruments.
learned the
it's
saxophone,
fantastic with the saxophone because you can find the lowest possible note, and when nobody's expecting it, you just fucking throw out a foghorn in the middle of the band class.
Sarah on her
I
on
think
her
it was-
bass sax.
Yeah, or
Classic.
was it a tenor?
No, it was the big
Oh,
big
right, it was the big
bass.
boy.
Wah,
It was fun.
Shit would rumble the room. It's like, whoa.
I'm right there with you with Mr. Hodge. Like, I mean, well, I had back at Rivers, I had Miss Roberts, and she was fantastic. But like, unfortunately, the band room, like the amount, like, it was kind of like it was a jungle in there. Like, you give a bunch of kids, like especially younger kids, a bunch of instruments that make noise.
Bang,
guess
bang,
what?
bang, bang, bang.
It's gonna be a fucking mess, right? But
It's gonna be a fucking mess.
but like she was very much like you know what, you guys get it out because we're gonna be playing in like 5 minutes,
Yeah.
and if you don't fucking get it together, you know, like she was very much like
So there's
Understanding.
we are doing this soon, but you guys better
get your cacophony
shit
of
together.
bullshit out of the way.
yeah. She was fantastic.
You
And
just
then
you slam on a djembe for 5 minutes and go mental.
but yeah, she was great, and I loved band class with her. And then I went to Elton, and I was like, all right, I'll do band. And then there was this guy, Mr. Hodge, and I was like, wow, this guy is
It's
fantastic.
awesome.
Yeah, and like, is Mr. Udge? Do you remember that?
Mr. Udge.
But yeah, like it was so much fun. He made band such a fun experience. Then he left that year, and I was like, I don't.
And
need
we
to do
all
band.
dropped
I
it.
don't
Even
need to band.
Georgia dropped it. That
Yeah.
was nuts.
Yeah, it's crazy.
You know what the realization for me was?
So,
Up until that point, music had quite literally just been another credit, another class,
Yeah.
you know, something to occupy my time. Mr. Hodge, quite literally, I'm always, like I've talked to you about this before.
Yeah.
Mr. Hodge took my understanding of music and made me go, wow, this can be crazy fun
yeah.
and not just purely like work.
Oh, for sure.
Because it's a learning experience, and
Totally.
there's a lot of learning and theory, but it quickly became my most enjoyable class just because of the people.
Something you were anticipating every day.
Exactly. It was like I was looking forward to it. Like, run to the band room. I gotta go.
Yeah.
And it quite literally became something, like you just said, it's something I would look forward to every day.
Totally.
And it just transformed my understanding of music into, I want to do this. I like this. Let's just keep doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't think people want to learn music without it being fun. Like, why would I learn music if I don't think it's fun?
Exactly.
To be honest. So yeah, I know. I think it's really important to have those people that turn your perspective on music, because this happens all the time when you're learning music. It's just like, oh, all of a sudden something comes up. It's like, oh, everything's completely fucking different.
Exactly.
What just happened?
Just those light bulb moments.
Yeah,
like
especially
the cage, like barcodes.
Yeah,
or the
barcodes.
cage system.
Yeah, and then you realize that
barcodes,
will actually
yeah.
help.
barcodes.
helpful they are.
UPCs and stuff.
UPCs, yeah.
Yeah, SKUs. Yeah.
Yeah. Product number.
Yes.
We all work in the same place.
We all work.
We in retail, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's pretty much my music experience. I do want to mention real quick, since before we were talking about creating music.
Yeah. Okay. What are you fucking laughing
Randy's just
about?
giggling.
He's having a giggle over there.
back-
Bruh.
I was doing research, not research, but like I was doing my notes for this episode specifically.
Oh no.
Yeah, you okay?
And
I think it's gonna be bad.
I was like, I had a SoundCloud back in the day.
Oh no.
I really hope I can log back into it, because I remember I uploaded 3 30-second tracks that I made on this stupid little app that would allow you to have 4 separate tracks with a different type of sound on each track. And it would only allow you like 15 to 30 seconds, right?
Mhm.
So I made them and I uploaded them, and they're available.
Oh, yeah?
And the name on this profile is Psychotic Sounds. No space.
Oh no.
The profile picture is the album cover for Hail to the King by Avenged
Oh.
Sevenfold. And the 3 tracks, I believe one is called Crazy, one is called Insanity.
Oh no.
One of them is called The Sound of Insanity. And then I can't remember
Not
what
to
the
be
third
confused
one
with The
is,
Sound
but
of
like,
Silence.
yeah, or Sound of Madness.
Choir of calamity.
Yeah, right. But I went back and listened to them. I'm like, these fucking suck. Like, these are awful.
Can we please play one
I mean, they're very much royalty
right
free.
now on the episode?
I think so.
Like if I said, let's play the first one right now.
No, it's gonna like destroy people's ears. I'll send it
I
to
can
you.
turn
and
it
you
down.
Yeah, okay, maybe.
Can we please put it in the episode?
All right, here it is.
producer.
All right,
this is crazy. I
Here's
think.
Randy's first track.
Ah.
Well, you know what? If you want to hear the rest of those,
Yeah.
that absolute banger, you can go to Psychotic Sounds on SoundCloud.
What a fucking like. Okay, I looked and it was 8 years ago, so I was 14.
Oh, so
That's-
it was an absolute banger we just listened to.
Yeah.
Well,
Absolutely.
were you not just listening?
Dude, this was a banger.
That
And I
shit
know
went
it-
hard.
That
That
was
was
so
hard.
hard.
Wow.
There was a build up.
Wow. Wow. Mike was so impressed he lost it. Wow.
Experience.
So we'll get this man a label right now.
That was
Oh, yeah, I'll label him as a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
Thank you for that. Thank you for sharing.
You're
We
Randy.
welcome.
appreciate
You know,
that.
it's- I just
I know
really-
it's probably slightly embarrassing.
It's a
for
little
you.
embarrassing, but
But
you know,
we've
I
all
mean,
been there.
I can't be responsible for the things I did 8 years ago.
No,
you know?
no, it's a completely different person, Randy.
Yes, you
Let's
can.
be real.
Actually, you are.
Yes.
Now I have to. Now I gotta play something that I wrote that was shit.
Okay.
Oh,
8
please
years
play
ago.
that. Yes.
What?
I know what it is.
What? Oh, wait!
Yeah.
Full blank attack?
Yeah.
Do I seriously play that?
Yes.
Are you
Here it
serious?
is.
All right, here we go. Here is my song. That is gonna fucking ruin us.
Experience.
Oh no.
Experience.
We're going to jail. I will not disclose the name of that piece because it's pretty brutal. I'll tell you guys after the podcast.
Okay.
I can't fucking believe we just played that.
Yes, we did.
That is awful.
Music.
Music. bro.
Musical
Music.
creation.
It's the spectrum.
Goes to show that it starts in all sorts of places.
Yep. And for me, it has not changed.
Yeah, I'm still psychotic insanity.
I'm still
psychotic
psychotic
sounds. You gotta remake something.
Really
Like,
good.
Absolutely
Return
not.
to the King.
Absolutely
Psychotic
not.
sounds comes back to
No.
SoundCloud.
Just use GarageBand. I got it on my phone. I'll give it
Yeah.
to you. You just bang it
I
out.
can't even remember what the name of that app was that I used.
Fucking dick.
It's
music.
probably like something like it's probably like Songify or something like. No, Songify is the thing.
Songify. It was probably like Spotify or something.
Yeah.
Snapchat. I don't
Some
know.
stupid app, dig
There were a
whatever.
lot of apps like that back then, though, that
Yeah.
were just
Oh, there were
shitty.
so many.
Make a 10-second loop and use it as a
It was
background.
that. It was that in YouTube rip apps where it would like rip YouTube videos from and like have you download music or whatever.
Did
Oh,
you
yeah.
did you ever have those apps where it was like offline YouTube and you downloaded
Yep.
it in the app? Yep.
That's what I was talking about.
That's how I used to store all my music.
Oh, same. I did that forever for something. I don't remember what it was. I think it was Minecraft videos. Probably. to be
I
honest.
have a very vivid memory of my first experience with that app, with those kind of apps. We were on a field trip in like grade 6, and Darian, who I at the time wasn't really friends with, I looked over the seat and he was in front of me, and he was watching YouTube on his little shitty iPod
Yeah.
on the bus home. And of course, I was like, well, there's no internet. How does he do that? So I asked him, I was like, how are you watching YouTube? This is a fucking hilarious story because he was like, oh, I got this app. And he explained it to me. My fucking dumbass thought the app would just let you watch all of you, like any YouTube video offline. I didn't understand the
Right.
like,
Just
download.
download it?
So I went home, got the app, was just immensely disappointed. It's like, what do you mean I can't just watch YouTube?
What?
But for some reason, my dumbass, I don't know how many years I was old brain, thought like, oh, you just watch all of YouTube
I
offline.
can't believe it's all in this one app that's
How
500
many
megabytes.
However many billions of gigabytes there are of data. Wow, this is
crazy.
so convenient.
It's super compressed. You know?
Wow.
It's like 2 pixels. They just change color. I don't know why I thought that. It was
That's
just
good
really
stuff.
stupid.
Like 30 hertz sound.
The fucking audio is just.
That's good.
That's so fucking funny.
like Charlie Brown's mom just coming through.
Womp, 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 womp. Mike is losing it right now. Holy shit.
Oh, man.
That's funny.
That's amazing. I think we should pivot to another topic.
Sure.
Because we're
Probably.
kind of off.
We're off the path.
Off the rail.
We're the Junk Monkeys. That's like the tagline. The Junk Monkeys podcast. We're off the rail.
We're off the rail.
That's our
like
tagline.
Off the
Hulk
rails.
hardware
I
and
like
a whole
it.
lot more.
We should go. I want to go back to talking about albums.
Sure.
And I want to talk. Oh, Mike's excited. I want to talk about our favorite albums,
Okay,
or anything you'd want to talk about with your albums. Mike, you seem crazy excited.
No, I
Get
just
off
thought
that
of a
bench.
better off than off the rail.
Oh well, what is it?
Junk Monkeys Uncaged.
Ah,
That's pretty good.
That was good.
Okay, yeah.
That's our after. That's our first 30.
Or the aftermath, where we just swear a bunch.
It's just us all just yelling in the booth, swear words.
It's just us making monkey noises in the booth.
We can't upload that.
No, we cannot.
Nope.
So I'd like to talk about our favorite albums. And Mike, since you,
Oh, I can go first.
yeah,
I
you
got
go.
albums.
You go first this time.
I got albums, brother.
I got
I
albums.
got
I
albums.
got
on the go.
albums, bro.
I got albums on the go, my guy.
Do you have a favorite album?
I
Regardless
got a
of like,
bunch. You got to give me a genre because I got a favorite.
that's a
album for
very
everything.
fair point. Yeah.
Talk
Yeah.
about your one. I know you're going to talk about in rap.
You want to talk about Circles and
Oh,
By
Post-
Mac
that,
Miller?
No,
Oh.
no.
Oh wait, no, I'm thinking of a
I
song.
have that one.
what is the other one you want to talk about?
Damn by Kendrick Lamar. Did you not write that down?
I didn't write that down.
Are
No,
you
but we can
serious?
talk about
Brad's just off his
Damn
rocker.
by Kendrick
He's
Lamar.
uncaged.
I'm lost.
I
right
used,
now.
fuck
when that first came out, I think I listened to it every day all the way through the
No,
summer.
literally the entire
Yeah, so-
album on repeat.
That one's also crazy because like you can play it from like the very first track to the last track, and it's like a story-driven,
It's a story-driven album, yeah.
Album.
Yeah.
So like it tells a story, and then you can play it like last track to first track, and it tells a whole different other story.
completely different story.
Interesting.
You should look
And
into it.
It's insane.
Who is it? What is it?
Kendrick Lamar.
No.
But you might not like the music, Dan. But
Yeah,
The,
no.
Actually,
It's insane how well he put that together. And then he just hasn't put anything else out since.
Yeah, because
actually, that's a lie. He
What
was
a
on a
bitch.
He's featured on a. I don't remember the actual guy's name, but it's featuring Kendrick Lamar and it's Family Ties, and it's pretty good for rap music.
Yeah, he has like some pretty good. He has some features around town, but
It's just the last artist you'd ever expect as a collab. It's just Selena Gomez.
Yeah, right.
I can't remember his name. I don't
That's-
care
is
enough
that
to remember.
Neil
He
Young?
was
That's an
okay.
actress. It's not.
She was a singer at one point.
Oh,
Fucking every actress is a singer.
that's
at some
fair.
point, yeah.
Zendaya?
Zendaya, Haley Steinfeld.
Olivia Rodriguez is officially.
Haley Seinfeld, the star of the show Seinfeld.
Is it Seinfeld or
It's
Steinfeld?
Steinfeld. It's
Yeah.
Steinfeld.
I was talking to my dad today about that show that he did, Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And my dad was like, I don't think that Steinfeld guy is very funny. And I just looked at him and I went, you don't even know his name. Bam, ba-da-ba-da-ba-da. So is that your?
No, that's,
No.
but Brad brought it up. Probably one of my favorite rap albums is, I have an old one, I guess, which is Bad Meets Evil with Eminem and Royce the 5'9".
Hanging
Yeah,
from
I
his
know
balls
what
from
you
the
mean.
horn of
And
a
it had-
unicorn.
Yeah, which is Fastlane was one, and what the big one on the radio was Lighters. I don't know if anybody remembers that one.
No.
No, but that was really good. And then there's a whole bunch of other ones that were kind of lame. But I used to listen to that when I was in grade 6 every day. Like when I like something in music, I like hyper
Attached
fixate
to
on
it,
it,
yeah.
and I just listen to it 24/7. So
Until it burns into your mind, then you hate it.
Yeah, and then you absolutely hate it. But no, probably still one of my favorites is the Mac Miller Circles album, which is a Postmortem album.
Mhm.
After they came with it after his death. So that's what Postmortem means. And I was in New Zealand at the time when it came out, and it was like honestly one of the best. Like every song in that album is awesome and
It's-
flows so well together, and you can like just trance out and listen to it. It doesn't matter which one you pick; they're all amazing.
Yeah, well, his whole companion album of Swimming and Circles, his whole like thing is like swimming in circles, because the whole 2 albums are about like addiction and like drug abuse and everything like that, and his like struggle with depression and like how it feels like he's swimming in circles. And the way they do it is so good. You'd appreciate this because it's all about music theory. It's like the last chord of Swimming matches up with the first chord in Circles in some like deep musical theory way that I spent like a 40-minute YouTube video watching about that I couldn't explain to you right now. But it's super cool the way that like the whole like music theory behind everything he did in it, and it's I don't know, it's just really cool.
And he was supposed to have a 3rd album before he passed away.
Yeah,
Because it's supposed to be Swimming, Circles, and then I forget what the last one was. But it was something else to do with swimming in circles.
Mhm.
But now he's gone.
Rest in peace.
R.I.P.
recipes.
Who?
Mac Miller.
You
Never
never heard of
Mac-
Mac Miller?
No.
Not
You
once.
know Mac Miller.
Oh my god,
Dude, I
Dal
think
is
you
gonna
would-
be so angry when he
Yeah.
hears this.
Wow.
I think you
Like I fucking care. No.
I think you'd
Hey
actually
Dal,
really-
how's it going?
I think you'd actually really like Mac Miller.
He's good. You should listen to him.
He's like
He's not.
He's not like your regular
No,
rap.
rap.
No, he's like
say
super
regular?
instrumental. Sorry, regular. Oh,
No
like-
regrets.
No
regular.
Ragu.
Can I have a liter of cola?
That's what my dad buys.
Ragu?
Ragu, yep.
Oh, I thought you meant a liter of cola.
He puts that in the ragu.
If you know where that's from, comment it down below.
Put it in the description.
Yeah.
What?
It's a reference.
No, but he is like a super musical. Like you'd really like it just like for the pure like talent that goes into the instruments and stuff. Like Mac Miller usually plays most of the instruments on there, except for like the drums and stuff like that. I don't think he plays a whole
I think he
lot.
plays guitar and piano.
He plays guitar and piano, and a lot of it is like that mostly. And then like there's violin and shit in there, which just sounds sick.
Ooh.
I'll
It's like
give you a
super
recommendation.
Contemporary.
Okay.
2009 by Mac Miller.
You gotta message me
love
that after.
Yeah.
2009.
I'll
Okay.
get you to listen to it.
Because I'm not listening back to this.
Because I'm not gonna edit this one. You guys got
Just
it.
Absolutely not.
straight, yeah. I'm the host, Brad. You're editing.
You're an editor.
Yeah.
Oh no. Randy, you look like you're gonna jump out of your seat in a minute. You got something you want to talk about album wise?
No, sorry. I just get restless sometimes.
That's my point.
So I have 5, but I'm not gonna go through each one.
I am.
So-
Yeah, pick the ones you like the
I
most.
love that.
Instead,
Randy.
I'm gonna choose American 3: Solitary Man by Johnny Cash.
Okay.
And this isn't an album. You know how like you might choose your favorite album because every song on there is a fucking banger. Like Coulter Wall's album, Coulter Wall.
Album.
Coulter Wall.
Coulter Wall's like I get. Is that a self-titled EP? Is that what they're called?
If it's, is it Coulter Wall? Coulter Wall?
Yeah.
Yeah, self-titled. yeah.
Okay, cool. That one, every song on there is a genuine banger.
That's with like
Genuine
Cowpoke and all them?
No,
No?
that is Kate McCannon. That is me and Big Dave. That is Motorcycle. That's stuff
that
like
one.
that. That's a good one. So American 3 isn't quite an album where I love every single song, but I love it more so because it's Johnny Cash at a stage in his life where he is old and he is wavering and he's not doing great.
He's on his way out.
He is on his way out. However, he did do 2 more albums after that. So like he progressively gets older. But I did a piece about Johnny Cash where I learned like he basically like once he was getting older in his life, he was like, I need to keep making music. And after his wife died, he was like, I can't focus. Like I need this to keep me going because like I need to keep me making music. And while a lot of the songs on American 3 are more covers than original music from Johnny, they're covers in ways where they're not like, I don't know, the same song. He makes it creates a new type of song for those lyrics, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And like there's just like such impactful and strong and like just great acoustic songs on there. And like yeah, I just remember like I was huge into CDs because I didn't have like an FM tuner or anything in my car. So like I would buy the hell out of like a bunch of CDs once I got my license. So I went to Winnipeg with my sister for spring break, and we went to this little like record shop that also had a bunch of CDs, and I bought American 3 and something else. I can't remember what the other album was, but Jordan's asleep as we're heading back. It's very dark out, and I put in American 3, and the first song comes on. I'm playing it pretty low because I don't want to wake her up, but I'm playing it. I'm like, wow, like that's just a moment that's with me and tied to that album. And if I ever listen to that album again, I'm always transported back to just driving in the dark with a passenger asleep next to me, just listening to a song, just me and a song in the road. And it was,
It pulls you back to that.
it does.
Yeah.
And like every song on there, like a lot of the songs on there, I won't say I love every one of them because I don't, but there's so many songs like The Mercy Seat. There's songs like Solitary Man. It's a great album. It's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Runner up would be At Folsom Prison because like
Classic.
I love Johnny Cash's energy at Folsom Prison because like
Hello, I'm Johnny Cash.
yeah, and then everybody's like woo, you know.
And then they prison riot.
Yeah,
kill everybody.
It's great. It's on recording.
That's what happens.
Don't listen.
It's really
Trust me on
bad.
that.
It's 57 minutes of just men being slaughtered.
It's
Like,
awful.
The song's only the first 3 minutes. They just kept the recording.
But I love that one just because he did an interview about that album and he's like, I was nervous as hell. Like I didn't want.
I can imagine, yeah.
Very terrified to be up in front of those men. But
they all like respected him, right?
yeah,
Like,
and
wanted
like
him to be there.
And it was great too because like you can hear it in the recording. He is nervous and he's like, can somebody get me a glass of water or something? And he's like cracking dumb jokes and whatever. And he's like, is everything served in a metal cup around here? And like, you know, like he's cracking jokes at the
Get off this day.
They fucking kick him out. It's their only entertainment for.
Yeah,
Thought he was a comedian.
Yeah.
How is this?
They're
Why is
really
he singing?
they're really disappointed.
But yeah, no.
Someone get Jim Gaffigan. God.
Someone get Jim Carrey. Just, what the fuck?
Just
Alrighty then. Yeah, those are some of my favorite albums.
Excellent. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I think I'd like to touch on the fact of music being tied with like certain memories and stuff like
Yeah.
that. I think
Yeah.
the best pieces are always like certain memories coming back. Because I think 2009, like the Mac Miller song, me and Michael listened to that when he first got back from New Zealand. It would have been the first time we listened to it on the way back, was it not? Together?
No, because 2009 was from the Swimming album,
It was Swimming, yeah.
which would have been before then, because I would have been listening to that in college.
Okay, well maybe I'm tripping.
You are tripping.
But I
He's
specifically,
ruined his memory.
I specifically remember us driving together and listening.
Tore
to
it
Oh, yeah, it would
apart.
have been something out of Circles.
Yeah, because we were driving around in the Jetta. Oh yeah, we would have been in the Jetta.
Yeah, it would have been Circles. We did listen to 2009 in the Jetta. So
Yeah, and just I remember specifically like one of those like not like overly joyous moments or not like sad at all, but it was like perfect content with
Yeah.
where I was
well that
and listening to that.
well we
song.
would have been listening to rap music the entire time. And 2009 opens up with an orchestra piece before it starts going in,
Yeah, for sure.
and it's really good.
Yeah.
Like it's really good. Like I played it for someone once, Jessica, my college friend. She's like, "What are we listening to?" I'm like, "Just Just hold on.
Hold
I
on.
fucking hate when you show people music and they don't get through the intro.
Yeah.
It's like they don't have the patience to wait 30 seconds for the build up
Bro,
and
we're
appreciate
TikTok.
it.
We're TikTok generation.
Oh
If it's
my
not
god,
good, you just
it makes
scroll.
me so angry. Anyways,
I listen to like
That's my
I
pet
like,
peeve.
I like to listen to like Porcupine Tree, and they have like 12-minute long songs. Your friend would fucking hate them.
I listen to jazz when I do
Oh
homework.
my
Yeah,
fucking!
I
I
do
love
jazz.
jazz.
or blues.
Nothing.
I listen to blues sometimes.
What do you like? Any specific types like smooth, bossa nova? I love bossa nova.
Usually I type in relaxed jazz.
Relaxed jazz,
Yeah,
like
but
smooth jazz.
yeah.
I fucking love. I like more upbeat jazz.
I do upbeat jazz, but
Bossa Nova is
only
where it's
not
at.
when I'm doing when I'm like studying, when I'm like trying to get stuff done.
Yeah.
I'll
Dan,
listen to some
if I may
upbeat
ask,
jazz.
have you watched Soul on Disney?
No.
Oh my
I
God,
haven't
Dan, you
fucking
have to
watched
watch Soul.
That is a movie for you.
I
It is
know.
so good.
I've been told that like 3 times.
Yeah,
by,
no,
like,
it's-
now there's like 3 different people.
I've watched it twice, and it's every time.
I
I'm
need
just
to
like, this is
rewatch
good.
it.
That's
yeah.
that's literally what people say. They're like, "Have you watched Soul?" I'm like, "No." They're like, "That's for you." Like,
Yeah.
why haven't you
Do
watched?
you
it?
like Inside Out? Did you watch Inside Out?
Nope.
Oh, you need to watch that too. But
Yeah.
it'd be like
Not as much soul.
not you need to watch Soul.
Yep.
Because it's just
Yep.
Nah,
cartoon.
Dude,
Yeah,
I
I
remember,
know.
I remember the first time I watched Soul, it was like the ending of it was just hit diffy.
Yep.
Hit Diffie.
It hit Diffie.
Hit Diffie
That's the
Molly.
reason. That's when I started thinking about getting a piano. Was after Soul.
What did you get?
Just like some shitty. It doesn't even have like.
whoa,
weighted
whoa,
keys.
it's not shitty.
not.
Hey now.
Hey.
Oh, hey.
It's-
I don't know what the fuck.
It's like a $250 like all-in-one kit, like the stand, the piano, the music stand, the seat, like just like something to like play notes basically.
Yeah.
Which is a vibe.
I assume it has velocity control. It doesn't have
Doesn't have
velocity.
velocity control
Are
at
you?
all.
No, it's because Cassie got it for his sister got him for Christmas.
Yeah. So I was like,
Oh,
it's
one of our avid listeners, Cassie.
Whoa! Shout out.
It's a vibe. Like I'm definitely happy, but like when I get serious, I'm like it'll be perfect for exactly what I'm learning. It's something like I'm learning.
Yeah.
But like once I actually want to like get into
Yeah.
piano, I'm definitely gonna buy something better. But I'm
It's like a MIDI keyboard.
It basically, I think it does do MIDI.
Most keyboards do.
Yeah.
God, it doesn't even have velocity. I'm like so surprised by that, but at the same time, my first keyboard was the same thing.
Yeah, which
It's a
I mean,
shitty Casio.
I think
Does
it's-
yours have a yellow button?
No,
Oh damn! I was gonna be like, do we have the same keyboard?
no, but it's honestly just a vibe, bro. I'm just learning, trying to figure out keys, anyways. Like actually, the music theory behind piano compared to guitar is disgusting.
But piano is so easy relative to
Like,
other
yeah,
instruments
yeah.
because it's so perfectly laid out.
Yeah, yeah. It's just like I actually have to learn theory. Like when I'm reading music, I have to read sheet music instead of tabs, and it's like, oh, this is a C, this is a G. I was like, oh
Yeah.
my god, okay. But like figuring that out it's plenty for that. So I'm just like learning it, figuring it out. But it's a vibe.
I picked myself up a MIDI keyboard at Faders, just
What'd
a
you get?
49 key M Audio key station,
Oh,
and I went from going from no velocity to velocity.
it's crazy.
It's
gotta be.
a completely different universe because you actually have
emotion in it.
your sound becomes basically 3D
Mm-hmm.
because instead of just being a linear chord piano and keys and chords, you actually go into having you're exactly right, the emotional control of
Yeah,
velocity.
which is crazy.
It's a game changer.
It is a game changer.
You
I'm
know what
excited.
velocity is?
No?
Velocity is with digital keyboards. If I hit the note just softly, the note's soft. And if I hit the note hard,
Oh,
it's hard.
yeah.
Because obviously with acoustic pianos, that's just how it works.
Yeah.
But with shitty, not high quality keyboards, and not even that, like velocity is pretty standard. But with lower quality keyboards, you lose in some levels velocity, and it completely changes your sound.
Yeah.
But yeah. Once you get something with velocity, it completely
Well,
changes.
yeah, but
it.
I gotta learn it first.
Of
to
course,
figure it
yep,
out.
yep.
But it's the vibe.
Makes
It's
sense.
The vibe, for sure.
Brad, did you want to talk about your favorite albums?
Oh, I also had Swimming in Circles, the companion album from Mac Miller, just because me and Michael have the same music taste. The same music taste. But also, I think Elevator Days by Backseat Lovers is pretty high up there again for me because I'm on a kick right now. But yeah, I don't know. It's kind of just the way it is. Pretty much the same thing. Love Mac Miller.
Nice.
It's the homie.
You guys are together so much, so I assume there's a lot of crossover with your music
Oh,
taste.
anytime we drive anywhere together, just
You imagine you
Bangers.
both hate the same,
Bangers.
like hate music, like you have no taste in music together.
That would
like,
They're
suck.
completely opposite.
Yeah.
Like
that would fucking suck.
that would fucking suck.
Just have nothing to play. I just
Yeah.
play.
Can you imagine going on a road trip with friends and everybody hates everyone else's kind of
Oh.
music? It'd be the fucking worst.
I'd put on a podcast.
yeah,
Put on the Junk Monkeys podcast.
I have that
Hey.
problem with some friends.
Oh yeah.
What's your favorite album, Dan? Or
That's
albums?
that's. I was gonna say that's the thing. Exactly what Mike said. What's your favorite album? What genre? Like,
Yeah.
Some of my favorites, top. When I was talking about the Royal They earlier, I almost said undercover, that undercover band, that really like underground, no following band. They have an album called the Royal They. It's the Royal They self-titled, and that's like their debut album. But that shit is fire all the way through.
Banging.
It's like grunge punk, and it's super high energy the whole way through. There's like one lull in the album for like 30 seconds.
Yep.
But it's like 50 minutes long, and it's just a fucking wall of energy the whole way through, and it's an amazing album. I also really like, going back to my favorite band, Coheed and Cambria. I really like their last album they put out in 2018, The Unheavenly Creatures. It's sort of like I'm not sure if any of you are really familiar with Coheed, but yeah, no, getting no's across the board.
No.
Yeah, I wouldn't expect it. They're
Negatory.
They're a much more different band, but for the listeners, The Unheavenly Creatures was sort of a step away from their standard type of music, because what Coheed and Cambria does, they are a band. The main person in the band, Claudio Sanchez, he writes a comic book series, and it's called the Amory Wars, and the main characters in that comic book series are Coheed and Cambria and their lovers. So that's where the name comes from. But The Unheavenly Creatures by Coheed is pretty. All of the Coheed albums are fantastic. I love them all. Those are probably like my top two.
Oh yeah.
But I'm with you, Mike. Just throw on a jazz playlist, or just like one of those live streams on YouTube.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
While I'm writing, or while I'm like,
For
if I'm like grinding shit in a video game, and I just don't care about the video game, I just need to get the grinding done, I'll just throw on jazz or something like that. It's fantastic.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
for sure.
I have a weird thing where like I can't listen. I need it to be quiet if I'm writing something, or else I can't focus.
I'm with you there sometimes.
Yeah.
Because it depends on what I'm trying to write. Like sometimes I'll hype myself up when I'm writing. Like if I'm like, I gotta write a battle scene today, put on some like epic ambient
Some
orchestral or
Norse, you know.
something like that. Nothing. I can't do words though.
I can't do
No.
words either.
If
That's
it
the same
has
thing with
if
me.
it has words in it, I
Yeah.
can't. My writing ability goes gone.
Yeah.
Completely out the fucking.
I can't
Yeah.
read. I can't do shit when there's words.
Exactly.
Here's my theory, all right?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, this is going back to the books I've read before, but like your brain only has a certain amount of bandwidth that it can occupy at once, right?
Sure.
So like if you're,
You're
like
splitting
really so you're splitting up your like
The-
your,
what
what
you're
you can
focusing
attend,
on
what
is-
you can focus on, right?
There's like a whole conversation there about like technically speaking, multitasking isn't even a thing.
No, because
you
it
can't
flips.
do that. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't multitask. It's exactly, you're exactly right. It flips back and forth, even if it's really fast.
This is gonna be really nerdy for a second.
That's fine.
So in school, we learn about multiplexing and different ways that things get like your phone talks to like the cell towers. Okay.
Yeah.
So there's a couple ways you can use division. You can go frequency, or you can go time division multiplexing. So frequency multiplexing is like you have 5 megahertz. Don't worry about the 5 megahertz.
Yeah.
So you split the two different things, like coming in and coming out, you split them into 2.5 chunks beside each other.
Mhm.
Where with time division multiplexing,
It's alternating.
yeah, you keep the 5 megahertz for both incoming and outgoing, except you just switch the time interval.
Yeah.
So you'll go like odd. To simplify, we'll go like odd numbers you're incoming or you're receiving, and then even numbers you're transmitting, right?
And it winds up being the same thing.
Yeah, because it's just so fast you don't notice
Yep.
it. So maybe your brain does the kind of like a time division multiplexing
Yeah.
where it just switches back really, really quick.
It's the same thing. If you want to give it, do you want to get even more nerdy?
Yeah, I wonder how what
keep
the
the nerd
sample
train
rate.
going?
I wonder how what
Nerd
sample
train.
rate your brain works at.
Sample rate. That's not how that works.
Yeah, it would.
No.
Yeah, because how fast can it switch?
I get what you're saying, but that's
Yeah.
not how that works. It's kind of like, well, what's the FPS of the human eye?
Yeah.
That's not how that works. Like, there's no FPS.
27.
Well,
No.
the human
Officially.
eye can't see 140 FPS. What the fuck are you talking about? It's kind of like, like multi GPU setups in computers.
Yeah, it would be closer to like a GPU set. that's what I was
Exactly,
gonna
where
say,
it just
yeah.
renders every other frame on every other GPU.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mike knows what I'm talking
How many flops are we
about.
talking here?
1.2 teraflops.
Yeah. Do you think the brain's got that many teraflops?
It's floating,
how many
floating,
teraflops
floating
you got,
IOPS
Randy?
per second.
I remember when they were.
We are
doing-
so fucking far off.
I remember when they were doing the mid-generation consoles, like the upgrades, like the PS4 Pro and the Xbox,
Yeah.
Xbox One X and stuff like that. That was the thing. They were like 1.4 teraflops, and like
no-
everybody was
nobody
like,
knew what that
nobody
was.
knew what it was. So it's like, how many flops that bad boy got?
4K televisions.
Slaps top of
Home media
PlayStation.
service.
This bad boy can fit so many flops in
Let me
it.
tell you. It was just a term I'd never heard of until like they were like it was a selling point for them, and I was just like, yeah.
Teraflop.
How many actions per second, basically, is what
Yep.
it runs up to.
That's yep. I got one more brief topic if you guys want to talk about
Sure.
it.
Done.
Get it in.
Anybody?
Go for it.
Oh no, we're done. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening. Does anybody have any upcoming music that they're excited for? I do. I can go
I've
first.
already had a letdown this year.
Oh,
Let's hear about it.
Earl Sweatshirt, the rapper, came out with an album this year, and it was pretty disappointing.
Wasn't excited about it.
No, I was really excited for it because Earl Sweatshirt has come out with a lot of good rap albums when he was younger, when he was with Tyler, the Creator. Like Chum's a really good one.
Chum's a banger.
Orange Juice. He's
I
got
love
a
Orange
song
Juice.
named Orange Juice.
The actual
it's pretty
food.
good.
I know.
Orange is pretty sick.
But yeah, he came out with an album, and it was more of a contemporary album that I was not looking for.
Oh, okay.
But that just up and coming. Kendrick Lamar might come out with an album this year,
Hopefully.
and I think Backseat Lovers is coming out with an album.
They
hopefully
were talking
this year.
about it. They sang a song at a Life is Beautiful festival last year. That was like a tease of it. I forget what it was called. I watched like a 45-minute live shot of it because I'm horny for the Backseat Lovers apparently. But
What a phrase.
yeah, right.
but yeah, apparently they're coming out with an album soon enough at least, which I'm excited for. Obviously,
Sweet. Randy, got anything coming out you're excited for?
Here's the thing.
is
I
Johnny
don't-
Cash coming out with another one?
I'm
Well-
afraid not, Brad. That's the thing.
Yes, actually.
Every once in a while, and fuck it, I'll get an email from Spotify being like, "Listen to new music from Johnny Cash." I'm like,
Are you fucking high?
Is that? But it's
Hey, yo.
typically like something they'll unearth from a fucking vault or whatever.
Yeah.
No, honestly, I don't follow the music industry at all. So, like, if something comes out, it's typically just like,
Whoa!
oh shit, this is out. You know?
No, honestly though, like I usually don't look at new upcoming music either. It's usually just like searching through all of the mega trillion songs that
Yeah.
are already out, like
Yeah.
to see what I could find. 'Cause there's so much song that goes unnoticed with like a
Yeah.
few listens.
That's what happens when
that
the
are
pond is too
really
big.
good. Yeah,
You
yeah.
don't notice the little minnows.
There's just like there's some really good artists there that don't have a lot of views though.
Royal they?
Hmm?
Royal they?
How do you
Artist-
spell- what
art-
kind of they? Is it like they, or is it like the with two e's? How do you
No,
spell
it's just the Royal they.
Oh, okay.
All right, did you finish?
Yep.
Okay, cool. For any music I'm excited for, there's one.
There's one singular music.
There's one music I'm excited for this year, and only one. Coheed and Cambria it's probably their new album's going to be this year.
Ooh.
It's The Unheavenly Creatures, which is the album they put out in 2018. That's their last album.
Yep.
That was Vaxis Act 1.
Oh.
And this album is Vaxis Act 2.
4 years in the making, eh?
Yeah, pretty much. They put out a couple singles already from the
Okay,
album.
okay, yeah. They love
They've
to
been
do
they've been okay.
Mhm.
I'm kind of worried because the singles they put out for the Unheavenly Creatures back in 2018, I was like, this shit fucking slaps, and then the album was great, one of my favorite albums. But the singles for Vaxis Act 2 have been worrying.
Yeah.
But I hope the album's fantastic. But it's a new Coheed album, so I'm super excited for that.
That's what
honestly
happened
just
with
gassed up for him.
the second album, Surface Sounds, for Kaleo. They
Coolio?
Okay, now you bothered me. But like they released one that was fantastic, and then 3 others that I was pretty mixed on.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh no, is this album gonna be good? And then I listened to them all, and I was like, wow, for some reason with the entire album, these sound great.
Mhm.
I don't know what it was, but in single format, I just didn't like them.
Sometimes albums do that.
Yeah.
For sure.
Sometimes like split, like if you're not in that zone, like and you aren't listening to them back to back to back, they
Yeah.
sound weird. Like that's what really happens with another rapper, Tyler the Creator's
Yeah,
last
well, there's
couple of
Igor.
albums, like Igor and Call Me If You Get Lost. The way he does rap music is so weird.
So wild.
Yeah, and it only sounds good if you listen to them side by side.
Mhm.
I just don't know how else to explain that.
And they're
It's
like story
very
driven.
unique.
They're story driven as well. His last one was anyways Igor. I'm pretty sure it was him coming
No,
out.
well, that
with
was
all-
Call Me If You Get Lost was the last one, bro.
Oh, sorry. Igor before that was pretty story driven.
For what reason do you torment me? For what reason do you
This is
torment
what we-
future me?
This is what we do all the time. I hope you know that.
Yeah, I know.
At least you know when it's coming. So it's not just me
like
like
you said-
destroying your ears bleed.
Like you say, like I hope you know that. like he doesn't listen to every episode.
How many times per like editing are you on the ground holding your ears in torture because we just wreck the mic?
0, because I can see the fucked waveform coming. I look at it. Actually, last episode that I was editing, I literally looked at one of the like things where Brad was beatboxing, and it was just like 3 lines where the audio was just fucked. And I looked at it and I went, what the fuck happened here? Like, what could, because all the other tracks were blank. So I was like, what could have actually happened here? And then I turned my sound down and Brad just fucking goes, hey, yo, viewers, watch your ears. Brad just fucking goes, and I'm like, can you fucking stop? It was pretty funny, though. If I didn't have that, probably multiple. It would happen multiple
I feel like
times.
it's a fun guessing game to be like, what the fuck happened?
Yeah,
at this
it really
waveform?
is.
I think someone peaked the mic immediately on our intro last time. I think it was Noah, just immediately.
All right. Well, this has been an absolutely wonderful conversation so far. We're at 2 hours,
Wow.
8 minutes, and
It's been a long time.
2 hours, 9 minutes.
Oh,
exactly.
Nice.
And we talked for half an hour, so this is an hour and a half. It's pretty good.
Hey, that's
too
great.
It's a good length.
Yeah.
It's a solid length.
like it.
Above average, for
Not
sure.
definitely above average. Not too long that
No.
they wouldn't like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you get too long,
It gets a little dangerous, for
and
sure.
yeah, it gets a little dicey.
People fall off.
Some people
fall
are
off.
into that though. Some people like it long. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of the Junk Monkeys podcast. This was a great episode. Thank you guys for letting me host it. I had a
Thank
lot
you
of
for
fun.
hosting.
Yeah, come on,
Thank you, Randy.
No, fuck you.
I'd like to give a shout out to the creation. I went to say me.
I was gonna say, I was like, for a second there, I was like, wait, we usually shout out Dan.
That's
at
literally
this
what I was
point.
thinking. In my head, I pulled up. What does Randy say?
Yeah.
You should plug yourself.
I'll plug my merch that I don't have.
If someone does go check out your music on YouTube, which
Yeah.
one would you recommend?
The most recent one that has the most views.
Yeah.
I showed it to Randy last night.
Yeah.
What's it called?
And on that day, she lost her only family.
There you go.
Okay.
It's an orchestral piece. It was at 299 views
Damn.
last night.
That's
So.
banging. I thought you
Wow.
were gonna say she lost her OnlyFans for a second.
Oh no!
I was like, no.
That'd be a
password?
completely different piece.
Oh no! There's also a short story in the description.
Ooh.
Did you read it?
I didn't. I'm
What
gonna
the
go check it out.
fuck?
I'll check it out.
I'm gonna listen to that tonight.
Any?
for sure.
Thank you. It's not very long, and it's orchestral. So,
I love orchestra.
but
I've
I
lost my OnlyFans as a sample of the starting of the porn.
then it goes into my piece. You're so fucking proud of yourself for that joke. Holy shit, that's hilarious. But yeah, I edit the podcast. So
And you do a great job.
thank you.
The editor in chief, as we call him.
You say that every time. It's always
Yeah.
funny. Thank you to the Creation Nation.
never not funny.
The Creation Nation Makerspace for having this epic, cool gamer pad that we can use. The Creation Nation Makerspace is Brandon's one and only, surprisingly, not at all, makerspace where you can come down and do things like record a podcast, make t-shirts. They have a full woodworking shop, and the guy who runs it, Russ, is freaking sweet.
He's pretty
He's
rad.
fucking rad, bro.
Wow!
Yes.
I'm Russ. I'm with a zany Creation Nation owner.
Holy shit, he's just the opposite of that.
Yeah, he's like a chill guy.
But this is a great space, and we're thankful for being able to use it.
Hell yeah.
Anything else you guys want to say before we close it out?
No, not really.
All right, sweet.
I think
Listen to music. If you need recommendations,
Just go back and listen to what you just listened to already.
hit me up.
DM me on MySpace.
Yeah.
Mike might be the
Tumblr.
best playlist maker
Tumblr.
of our generation.
Yes, you should
Can
hit me up
confirm.
for music.
Mike
Hey,
loves
what-
that.
What happened there?
What?
Your voice went fucko mode.
I got phlegm.
Thanks so much for listening to this episode, and we'll catch you on the next one.
See ya.
Farewell.
Bye. Radical brother.